Joe Murray. For Boston sports fans, it's 98.5, the Sports Hub. Paisley Media Group Station. Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Well, the Patriots weren't perfect last night, but they were more than good enough to win their 8th straight game, 27-14 over the New York Jets in Foxborough. Rookie running back Travion Henderson had a big night with 2 rushing touchdowns and a receiving TD. Drake May threw for 281 yards and the 1 score in the win as well. And Mike Vrabel's team is now 9-2.
Let them enjoy a win on a short week, and like I told them, I'm excited, but we're 9-2. I'm excited that I don't have to see him till Monday.
The next game isn't until a week from Sunday when the Patriots go to Cincinnati. The Bengals are 3-6. They're coming out of their bye week. They play in Pittsburgh this weekend. The Bruins' 7-game winning streak came to an end in Ottawa last night, care of a 5-3 loss to the Senators. Tim Stützle scored a pair of third-period goals to snap a 3-3 tie after the Bruins had climbed out of a 3-1 hole. David Pastrnak and Morgan Geekie had a goal and an assist apiece. The Bruins visit Montreal tomorrow night. In baseball news, Aaron Judge barely beat out Seattle catcher Cal Raleigh for the American League MVP award last night. As expected, Shohei Ohtani won the NL award. He is now a 4-time unanimous MVP. And the GM meetings are now over in Las Vegas. MLB.com and SNY in New York are both reporting Cy Young Award winners Tarek Skubal and Paul Skeens are not available to be traded at the moment. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Catches Law. At Catches, they specialize in helping those who have been injured not only from a one-time incident, but from a lifetime of hard work and labor. Does this sound like you? Visit CatchesLaw.com. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 6:30.
Mays under center, Moffs in on.
Drake May.
Throws down Drake rolls well, working traffic. Off balance, throw it in the end zone. Caught by Jones. Pass is going to be.
Drake May plays on one station in Boston.
Here's another Drake May moment. Drake May.
98.5 The Sports Hub.
Ladies and gentlemen, I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Toucher
You might hate me, but you're listening.
and Hardy
Don't bother me. I'm at the Pickle Palace.
on 98.5.
I know what I'm capable of.
He said something about peanut butter, right?
Yeah. Boning, baby. Make America nut again.
That's gross. That's disgusting.
Let's talk about cheese.
What are you going to have for lunch?
I was at dinner with my wife and a friend.
Kitty, kitty, pussy, kitty, kitty, kitty. Flap, flap, flap.
Shut up, I'm trying to talk to Paul.
Toucher and Hardy
Good luck trying to put your finger in it when there's a million holes.
on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Let's go.
Dude, they're everywhere out here. There's freaking like 10 of them. What kind of monkeys are these, Cornell? They can't get away. You have to shoot it.
It's wrong.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hello. How is everyone doing? Hey, everyone enjoy the football game last night? Everyone get some sleep?
Well, not enough, but we'll be all right, you know. Yeah, that victory will carry on through the day, whole damn weekend. Am I right?
Yeah, I just wish they could do it every day. From this game, as we go on the show today, Bert Breier will be in for an hour. Bob Sosi will take his unusual turn at 9 a.m. on a Monday. And Cedric Maxwell, to mix things up a little bit today, will be on as your Patriots again reign victorious for the 9th time this season. And that is exciting news as the New York Jets come into town. And despite all the haters, all the non-believers, Fields threw for 116 yards. And that was over 100 yards. And that was more than anyone thought. So congratulations to Justin Fields.
And a couple of wide receivers didn't help him either.
Well, he had one guy drop a ball, and then he didn't help a couple wide receivers.
No, that's true. It all evens out in the end. But that ball up the sideline of Mitchell, he should have caught. And there was another ball over the middle that should have been caught. easy balls that went right through the wide receiver's hands. So he could have had 140 yards passing.
Well, that wide receiver, in fairness, has been with the team for about 8 days.
That's
so I don't know if that's, and hadn't played much in Indianapolis. So I don't know how much he was ready to go.
10 games for the Jets now without a takeaway or one takeaway.
One takeaway, no
interceptions.
Right?
No interceptions, one takeaway.
Yeah, get it right.
Yeah.
No interceptions. No takeaways.
Don't sell them short.
Listening to Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit be incredulous. Is that right? Only one?
Yeah,
That was Herbstreit in the second half. Is that? Yeah, it's only one. Wow.
Herbstreit there with his dog, too.
That dog didn't have enough photos taken of him yesterday.
I know. Enough with that dog.
I mean, how many photos did you see online? What's the dog's name? I was beaten over the head. Was it Peter? I don't know. Whatever the dog's name was. I don't understand the fascination with the dog because he's Kirk Herbstreit's dog. I don't get that. Okay, he's got a dog. He needs a dog. The dog follows him everywhere.
Ben.
He doesn't need
Oh,
a
no,
dog.
was that the one that died?
No, I think that was the one that died.
Ben was the one that died.
I think it's Peter. Anyway, what is the fascination with the dog traveling with Kirk Herbstreit?
Yeah, and I don't know is that like an emotional support
I
dog?
think it is. The dog will go on planes with him. Yes, I think it is.
So he needs it for emotional support.
Yes, I
Okay.
believe he does.
All right. Well, then there you go.
Well, I'm happy he's got it. What I don't understand is the fascination with taking his picture.
No, at another time, say 10 years ago, we could have a fun discussion about why he needs an emotional support dog, but we can't have that now.
No.
I mean, usually I associate them with children or emotional support with children or someone who's been through a traumatic, very traumatic, like maybe like a war veteran or something.
Right, or like I told you about the dogs on campus where my daughter's going to school, where, like during the first week of school, you just see like campus police walking around with, they're not bomb-sniffing dogs or anything. These are just support dogs for kids who are a little homesick or something. It's like, and go pet the dog, and they're just hanging around. Great. But Fred's right. We can't even talk about it.
Yeah.
You can't have the discussion. Nope.
No, if you were in the government, you could have a very mean discussion about it. But on the radio, it's not allowed.
Yes. Everything all right over there?
Yeah, I'm just texting someone. It's okay. Don't worry, everything's okay.
All right.
I'm here. I'm not going to repeat a question. There's no golf tournament going on.
I don't need a golf tournament to repeat a question. I can be distracted by many other things.
And I was putting a post on Instagram. Josh Fowler found some photo of my son, and he's slapping hands with Christian Gonzalez.
Oh, there you go.
And I don't care for that.
But everything went well with your son getting in and out of Foxbury.
Yeah, Mark
yesterday?
Winship and Brian Schneekloth. I called him briefly before the game started, and he said that he got on the field and everything, so everything went very well. And they got home. It looks like I was asleep, but it looks like they got home around 12:30. So all told, but it took them forever to get down there.
Yeah,
I think it took them over an hour and a half to get parked and everything.
Yeah.
So that's no joke going down to Foxborough, but that's done for the year. Unless they want us broadcasting from a game at 6 a.m. I think that's done for the year. But I don't mean to jinx anything, but there have been conversations not involving this show, but involving management about perhaps locking down something for the Super Bowl. But I can tell you, and no one even approached me and even ventured to ask me what I thought about it because, of course, I would not go. Fred, you're going to miss the Super Bowl? Oh, no, we don't go to the Super Bowl.
No, we leave on Friday.
No, we come in on a Sunday, and then we do 3 shows to an empty convention center. And since this is on the West Coast, there will be 5 shows to an empty convention center.
The one good thing about all of that is that there is no easier flight than leaving a Super Bowl city on Friday morning.
It is
very simple. We could talk about the Indianapolis story all over again.
Let me tell you. The one flight that might be easier, and I did this once, in Atlanta, I flew back Saturday night before the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I think there were 8, maybe 10 people on the plane.
We can beat that. There were 3 of us, and there were 3 other people. We had 6 on our midday flight out of Indianapolis on Friday. and Fred was in first class. He had gotten himself into the Delta Lounge. He was very happy.
So I wouldn't even bother with first class on a flight when you have like an entire row to yourself.
But that's just it. We had no idea what was coming.
They bumped me in the first class.
They bumped him in the first class, and Fred, Rich and I were sitting at the gate, and Fred was in the club, and Fred came out, and then we all boarded together, and we thought, oh, that's weird. Until we got on the plane, there was no one sitting behind row 9. And there were 27 rows to the plane. They were sick to choose whatever seat you want, have a seat.
Except for first class for you.
That's right, except for first class for Fred.
And I had free drinks.
Why wouldn't they just all let you sit in first class?
Oh, it's because it's a social system, and there's the haves and the have-nots. Look at who I was traveling with.
I don't think they have to worry about balancing out the weight of the plane when there's 6 people on it.
The best was
but do you want the other 2 guys up there? I mean, it's an obvious haves and have-nots.
One of them I would have with me. You know what your problem is, Fred? You're still too wound up from getting jazzed up for kickoff last night and the kickoff countdown. You need the opposite of that.
Kickoff! Calm down! Woo! What a game, huh? Gonna make for a long day. But TGIF! Woo! Am I right, guys? Boss man ain't gonna get his money's worth out of me today.
My final BC game of the year, their home game against Georgia Tech at 3:30 on Saturday. Is that a game that you attend?
No. Why would you attend that game?
Well, let me check the web.
Because I have tickets, and I could go.
BC's 1-9?
I believe so.
Yeah.
They are 1-9. They are not bowl eligible. They will not be playing in a bowl this year.
1-9, and the one win was over a FCS team.
So listening to Mad Dog yesterday, and he said that he had been at ESPN earlier in the day, and that the people that they're talking about taking the Giants job is the defensive coordinator for the Green Bay Packers.
Jeff Hafley, the former BC head coach.
And he said that they have a lot of connections with BC, and I thought Jeff Hafley was not a good coach.
No, he wasn't. Makes you think maybe it's Boston College and not necessarily the coach.
It's just you took a guy who had very little success in college, and you're going to make him your head coach?
Green Bay's defense has been pretty good.
You've got
They have some talent on that side of the ball.
Well, yeah. Micah Parsons does slant it in their direction.
What time is kickoff?
3:30.
You got a feels like temperature of about 39, 40 degrees. Okay. No rain until 6 probably.
Oh, and that's during the game. Okay, I won't go. That's fine. I went to 4 games. That's enough.
I was popped in, and they lost to SMU on Red Bandana Day, the Wells Crowther game.
Oh, when the Bloods all come in.
That's right.
That was a very controversial game, Hardy. You didn't hear about that.
No.
Because there was a Crip game at Brandeis, a soccer game. They invited all the local Crips down. So they had a Red Bandana game in honor, kind of to create almost like an East Coast, West Coast situation.
Yeah. Which those games generally don't need any more controversy and vitriol, but if they just added to it with that.
Yeah, the Bloods, and they played colors after the game. It was a whole scene. They played colors, and where I saw in Pontiac, Michigan, it's one of the most frightening places I've ever been, that movie theater.
I wonder what, and I saw it in the theater also, same theater you did, Fred, but I can't remember what the vibe was like for the attendees of the film when they sit down to watch Colors, and the opening song is this Tejano country number from Los Lobos, and it's not Ice-T, it's not anything else going on. I have to imagine like some of the theater goers were displeased with the soundtrack choice to open up that film. It's a good song, just not what they were expecting.
So I think we might have gone over this, but my best friend in elementary school's dad was deaf, as was his mom. His dad had been in the Korean War, but he was deaf before that. And he had been deaf all his life. His mother had been deaf all her life.
John's deaf.
But he does, don't disparage the deaf people. John is just
I'm saying
broken.
They're among us.
Yeah, kind of.
Only in one ear. He's talking something entirely different.
Did you ever think about learning sign language in case things went haywire?
I have not.
Try
No.
Try saying something to you in a normal speaking voice here in the morning and see if you answer. Which you can't, but I can tell you won't.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
All right, so
Go ahead.
the parents were deaf, so I couldn't communicate with them at all. And the dad would put us in this minivan, like this, which is more like the A-Team car or something. It was like no windows or anything, and he would put us in this thing. And Alex would have to inform me things. He's like, my dad's going to take us to the movies. And we're like, oh, I'm like, okay. And he's like, yeah, we'll go see Colors. I'm like, okay. Will we go to one of the two theaters in Farmington Hills? Will we go to the one on Orchard Lake Road? No. There's two on Orchard Lake Road. There was one between 12 and 13 Mile. There was one between 13 and 14 Mile.
Let's go to the one in the shadow of the Silver Dome.
Right.
Nice
and so
neighborhood.
and as often happened, we would just drive around. I'd be like, where the hell are we going? It was very frightening. And then for whatever reason, we end up in Pontiac, which is not a good neighborhood. It's where the Silver Dome was. And we were not a lot of white people. I'll just tell you that. And I tell you that because we stood out. And so he drops us off. I have no idea why he's dropping us off there. You know, Alex doesn't want to talk about it. When you call his parents, say there was an emergency, and you called his parents, and someone picked up, what they would do is they would pick the phone and they would put it on this device, and you would hear just your like it was this typewriter.
Oh yeah.
That like would go onto paper, but it would. The only problem was, in order to understand what they were saying, you needed a typewriter of your own.
No.
So it was like deaf to deaf communication. Like you couldn't. It was very, very elementary. Like it was not what you have nowadays, where I'm sure like deaf people can just talk to you on the phone somehow. They just type it in a computer and it all comes out.
Probably.
And they drop us off there, and it's like the opening weekend of Colors, which was a gang movie about Los Angeles gangs. And we sat down, and the crowd was loving it. And it was inspiring them to fight, and it was inspiring the crowd to go nuts and hoot and holler and then get in fights in the parking lot. And we stood around in the middle of the night waiting for Mr. Cho to come pick us up. And who knew when he would be there? No one. How could we have found out when he was going to be there? There was no way. We just sat and waited in the dark out in front of a theater that was playing Colors every 2 hours getting everyone in the theater very excited.
And probably waiting there while the midnight showing people were arriving.
Yeah, it didn't really matter what showing you were at. People were getting pretty riled up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they were, like, it was one of those, now it doesn't seem like a big deal, but it was one of those movies where people were, like, smoking pot in the movie theater and there was nothing anyone could do to stop it. Like, you heard, like, clanging of bottles and, like, pot being smoked. Like, it was just, we were little kids.
So there are very few theaters where, that would take place anymore because that's the weird thing about a movie theater now. You walk in and it's huge. It's like, oh, this place seats about 50 people.
Right.
There's every chair is so big and reclining and the dividers between them. But I can't think of a subject matter that a film would be produced about that would inspire that type of, that type of turnout at a movie where the crowd would kind of like take things over and turn it into either a protest or a riot or something like that. I mean,
it was no riot or protest. It was just like people were getting hyped up.
Turn it into a scene.
Yeah, people were getting pretty hyped up.
What could they make a movie about now that would hype people up to that extent? I can't think of it.
Well, first of all, there was no internet, and no one in Pontiac had cable. Probably, I mean, this was like you didn't get to see this very often. Like a gritty depiction of a violent depiction of gang violence. Like you weren't able to see that very often.
With
like
Damon Wayans,
he was in Colors.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. All right, let's break so we can get into this football game. We will be back in just a moment.
Toucher and Hardy, 98.5 The Sports.
Hey, what happened last night is brought to you by Leonard Hair Transplant Associates, where your hair doesn't have to be a game of what happened. So change your lettuce and change your life with Dr. Matthew Lopresti at 1-800-GET-HAIR. To primetime football for the first time in a couple years in Gillette, at Gillette. 12.5-point spread. I'll be watching the game anyway. Fine, I'll take the Jets just out of hope. And where do we go from there?
Well, we go with the Jets electing to receive. I believe they won the coin toss. And
That's correct.
They said,
elected to take the ball first.
we're going to take that ball.
Yeah, they did.
We're going to take that ball and we're gonna do jet-like things, which is when you're playing the Patriots, that means he marched down the field and score.
And this might be four-down territory for Aaron Glenn.
What do you got to lose?
Who is with the Lions, of course, the last several years. Former number one pick of the Jets. Shotgun snap to Fields. Dancing in the pocket, moving backwards. He's going to run to the near side, and he's going to have a first down and more to the 40, to the 35 of New England, and he's out of bounds. Pushed out by Robert Spillane along the near side in front of the Jets bench with another run by Fields to the Patriot 33.
Yes, and that was what we saw a lot of on that opening play. Who got injured on that play, John?
Is it Milton Williams?
Yes, Milton Williams got injured on that one.
Friendly fire.
That wasn't that play.
I think it was.
On the near side in front of the Jets bench with another run by Fields to the Patriot 33.
It was early.
Milt Williams got up limping. He's barely.
Okay, my bad.
There we go. So Justin Fields kind of having his way again, as we kind of knew, not having a lot of success throwing the ball downfield, but picking up yards with his feet.
Three receivers to the left, tight end to the right, snap to Fields. Fakes it inside, runs it to the right. He's going to beat Landry to the pylon. It's a touchdown for New York on the read by Justin Fields.
That is one of the easiest drives we've seen all year, other than Cleveland's probably, where you have wide open guys, busted coverages. They did what they wanted, running the ball. Like, could not stop the run on that drive.
So how'd you feel, Fred?
Oh, I thought it was in the bag. They let Isaiah Williams throw a ball.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Yeah.
And I didn't really know who Isaiah Williams was other than a kick returner. But they let him throw a ball. But,
Fields got a hand on it.
Well, no, that was a great play. That was a great play by, I forget the linebacker in coverage.
Was it Spillane or Gibbons? One of those two.
It must have been Gibbons because it wasn't Spillane.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this, is that I have seen every Patriots opening drive and I've seen every Jets opening drive. And just whoever was worse at it, and it's both of them are bad at it. The Patriots are bad at defending it. The Jets are bad at scoring touchdowns on it. And the Jets, so it was 50-50.
Yeah.
And the Jets scored. And then I was like, here we go. Yeah. I was all jazzed up. I was like, this is going good. No, I knew.
That's 7 more points than you thought they'd score.
I thought that they would cover. At this point, I'm like, they might cover.
Mm-hmm.
I know no one cares. I'm not even talking about gambling, but I thought the best case scenario was that maybe they would cover, but then I didn't think that anymore when the Patriots got the ball. Yeah, Patriots got the ball.
Yes, Patriots got the ball. Now, they got bailed out early on a penalty because the Patriots, they didn't come out looking sharp right away. As a matter of fact, they found themselves with a fourth down situation that I think everybody thought they were going to go for it, and they ended up going for it. But I thought to myself, why do you have to go for it on fourth down against the Jets on your opening drive? Shouldn't this be easier?
4th and 2, 3 to the right. Putting Diggs on the outside. We're making Douglas on the outside of Diggs. Shotgun snap to May. He's looking right. He rears back. He floats one to the right. Caught by Pop Douglas. First down as he's brought to the sideline by Stevens. Tackle made in front of the Jets bench at the New York 31.
It was a great route.
Very relaxed, Drake May, in the first half anyway.
Yeah, very relaxed.
Very relaxed.
Well, they weren't getting any pressure on him. Not that they would have gotten pressure on him on that play anyway, but they were getting no pressure on him in the first half. None.
You could see it watching it on television when he would throw the pass. You're like, oh, this one's going to be complete, just because he wasn't trying to gun it in anywhere. He just okay, this is the receiver, this is the route. It's
no,
an easy throw.
If the pocket at any point was closing in on him at all, he would just escape and pick up a few yards with his legs. Yeah, very low sweat game from him. He didn't have to really do a lot.
No, and especially when you have Trevion Henderson, who is in there doing stuff for you.
They disperse from the huddle with Westover back in as the fullback. Offset to the right of Henderson. Hollins outside of Henry to the left. They will squat under center. He takes the snap. He pitches it near side for Henderson. He darts inside a defender. Spins inside the 4. Driving the pile with an assist. Touchdown, Patriots. He got a push from a pair of teammates. He's in for 6.
You got to be happy about this rookie. Showing you the speed a week ago, and now he shows you the ability on his drive to make people miss that spin move.
Yeah, he made Clemens miss. The best thing about this offseason will be when Clemens is no longer wearing a Jets uniform. Between his dumb penalties and his lack of athletic ability, just enough with Clemens. Clemens had an open shot at him, and Henderson then just
kind of went underneath.
I don't know. He ran forward, and Clemens did it and just went, whoa. That was it was impressive how they pushed him into the end zone. I'll hot take. I didn't think Trevion Henderson looked particularly good yet last night at all. He was fine. He had 3 yards of carry. He had that catch. Mm-hmm. I mean, he didn't look like one of the great backs in the NFL.
So thank you, because I won't even put it so much on Henderson. I'll put it on some of the insistence on running him in between the tackles where he doesn't, he either gets stopped for a loss and it's a yard loss, or he gets stopped at the line, or maybe gains a yard.
But they got to do that to set other things up. Like,
it's interesting you say that. Hardy and I were talking about
Why do you have to do it on first down?
Because if you do that, you can't do it on 3rd and long, and then you can't do it in 2nd and long.
Exactly,
so you got to do it on first down.
Exactly. There are 2 things, and Hardy and I talked about this right before we went on the air. 2 things.
Where was I?
I don't know where you were.
I don't think you were here yet.
You were not.
I was here plenty early. Don't you dare.
John was here early because he's always here early. I got here early today, so we had time for a little visit, a little chin wag.
Maybe just put me on speaker.
Okay.
Go ahead, fellas.
I think you are correct, Fred, and this is what I was telling Hardy, is that, when Henderson's on the field, obviously around the edges, he's got breakaway speed. They have to at least try this. The offensive line isn't particularly great. I mean, they're not moving people all over the place in between the tackles. So, yeah, Trevion Henderson gets 1 yard, no gain, but maybe this sets up something, play action, that they can capitalize on in Week 15. They put this on tape. Okay, they're not afraid to run this kid between the tackles. Maybe it's set not only later in the game, but later in the season.
On the Mac, and we're jumping around, but this is what you're saying. On the Mac Hollins long catch, that was play action. Like, in order to set up play action, you have to run them up the middle. So, yeah, I don't think even though Henderson almost busted one, he got leg tackled. But regardless, you got to do that. You got to be able to establish that you're going to do that.
If you run him 10 times a game between the tackles, he's not going to last very long. But you have to at least show it to make a defense believe that you are willing to do it.
Yes.
So that is why, getting back to the original point, that is why you're gaining 1 yard on 1st and 10 with Trevion Henderson off right guard.
Couldn't you just tell, the coaches and the defensive line of the other team before the game? It's like, hey, we're going to run him up the middle, just so you know. I'm like, oh, okay.
That's what you got to learn from Belichick. That was Belichick's big trick.
And then that way you don't have to throw away first down on every series. It's an idea.
I've also seen games where if it's a close game and a team just keeps doing it, even though I don't think it's why the Patriots are doing it to set up play action, but if you just keep doing it, as the game goes longer and longer, you start breaking those runs. You start getting through a little bit more.
So, let's see if I have Rabel saying that very thing, Fred, because that's an excellent point. He said,
everyone remember this. I've made 2 good points because the Jets played in the game because I came correct today. I was completely invested.
Watch the entire game. There's only one game.
I watched the entire Patriot games, but not in real time necessarily. In sequence. This one I watched it all in sequence.
I don't have it here, but Vrabel said essentially that Trevion late in the game did help them with one of those runs where you try it often enough and eventually you're going to break one in and help them keep a drive alive and keep them out of a fourth down situation when, was the issue in doubt? I mean,
sort of.
Not
really, but sort of.
This is where I thought that things were pretty much in the bag.
Snap to May. Looks to his left. He pumps. He throws. Floats it in the end zone. Touchdown, Patriots! And who caught it? Trevion Henderson. A hat trick for the rookie.
I don't play fantasy football, but who's got that kid on it, man? 3 touchdowns tonight. You're breaking records.
Did you have Trevion Henderson on your fantasy team, Fred?
I had no one playing last night.
Oh, I know you're making trades. Yes,
but I'll tell you this, is that he did have a very good fantasy night. But again, I mean, I just looked at the TV, and they're like, the highlight of the game is Trevion Henderson had 3 touchdowns, and that's a lot of touchdowns. But I don't think Trevion Henderson had a great game.
No.
And this is not a hot take or hating. The Patriots looked great. Trevion Henderson didn't do anything particularly outstanding.
The opposite of that is Drake May had an excellent game.
Yes.
And you look at him, he only threw that 1 touchdown pass, but once again, creating plays on the run, willing to take a shot to deliver a pass, and that touchdown by Trevion Henderson to make it 21-7. A couple of plays by May on that drive to extend things and find receivers on 4th down, on 3rd and long. Stephon Diggs in the hole of his zone. And by the way, we had Phil Perry here say, he has trouble when the opposing team drops it into coverage. Jets tried that.
They did try that.
And May was able to complete passes and move the sticks. That's the guy who had the really good game last night.
It was funny because what Phil Perry suggested, it seemed the Jets were doing. Now, I've not watched the all 22, but they certainly weren't blitzing a lot.
But that's the thing. Because Phil said that, I looked for that last night.
Well, I was also
the Jets tried that.
When they didn't get any pressure, I also started seeing if they were going to start blitzing, and if they were. You can tell if they're in man, obviously, when they put a man in motion. Like there's things that you can tell.
Well, Amazon helps too. They let you know who to be looking for.
Oh yeah,
even when they're not playing, even when the quarter's over. Did you see that? Like a quarter will be over. Like when the Patriots let the first quarter run out or something. Something like that.
Yeah.
And then the quarter runs out and they start walking down the field in the precious seconds before they go to commercial for the 100th time. And 2 red circles were around 2 guys as they were walking down the field.
Well, they might do something silly when they're walking down the field. So keep your eye on these 2 clowns.
Yeah, I mean, it's very primitive technology if you think about it. There's not a whole lot of those red circles didn't teach me a lot last night.
Well, I
think they were random at times.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm just saying, is that when they were walking down the field at the end of the first quarter.
Not even that, but when the play's about to happen, you got guys that were nowhere near the line of scrimmage that had red circles around them.
Well, there's a red circle around a guy. It's like, oh, watch this guy, because what's he going to do? Well, he's going to show blitz, but then he's going to drop back in coverage.
Why put a red circle around a guy who's not in the picture?
Because they're not mind readers, John.
That's my mind.
They're not prophets. They're just throwing some circles out there. You don't have to stare at them.
My God, am I playing a video game? Wait a minute. Is this Madden?
Well, I mean, they know the popularity of Madden, and that is why they do it. But you know what you could do with that is that if, like, they're moving Micah Parsons all around the field.
Yeah.
And you put a little circle on him, and it says Micah Parsons. And so if you're a fan.
If Myles Garrett is moved from one side to the other.
You go, there's Myles Garrett.
Give me a little circle around that guy.
That wasn't last night.
No. I found that to be, and I like that crew. I don't mind Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit. I think they're good. It's not their fault. It's just I didn't understand this use of technology. It wasn't teaching me anything. I could be taught. There's plenty of things they could teach me. It did not happen last night.
Well, did you have a special feeling, Fred, that something might be happening after this play?
And now the Jets with a 3rd down and 6. They have gone 0 for 4 on their last 4 3rd down tries after going 4 for 4 on their first 4. 3 receivers wide to the right. Tight end stands up left. Davis to the left of the quarterback and taking the snap fields, drops back, shovels back, slides left, dancing in the pocket, throws it to the near side. It's caught, wide open Mechie, and he walks in for a touchdown. He got lost in coverage. Woodson, the safety, late in coming over, and the former Houston Texan has a touchdown for New York.
21-14 at that point.
Woodson fell down. That didn't help, and the blitz didn't get there. That was also a problem on that play.
Look, Fields there's a lot. He probably shouldn't start again for this team, as you've seen for yourself. But he did put the ball in the air, and it did move through the air a couple times.
If they were able to get 4 yards or more on first down, Fields was fine. If you put him in 2nd and 10 or 3rd and anything longer than 8, there was a big problem. Except when the Patriots played man and did spy him, where he was able to scramble for 15 yards and a first down, which happened 3 times, I think, in the game.
Yeah,
including on one big play, they could have put the game away.
Well, Borregales had a chance to add to the lead earlier on a 45-yard field goal that was no good. From 46, how would he do?
And here comes Andy Borregales.
It's a bummer. You were rolling there. You get the sack, and then you get the pressure.
Who missed from this exact spot. Or maybe a yard deeper, in fact.
Oh, and he took a shot.
Kicking toward the lighthouse at the end of the first half. He missed a 45-yard try, wide right. Again, kicking toward the north end zone. Now he lines up for a field goal try from 44. Same hash mark, snap, and the spot. The kick is airborne to the uprights. The kick is down the middle. It's good for Borregales. So the Patriots expand their lead to 10. It's 24-14 New England. 12:06 to go here in the fourth.
I like the long lead up. It's like reading the intro to a novel.
Tension. You got to draw out the tension.
All right, let's take a break, and then we will be back in just a moment.
Essential Sports Hub headline.
No idea what you're talking about.
Here's more of The Thing on the Sports Hub.
Hey, we are Toucher and Hardy, and as we were going through the Patriots game, we got to the Borregales 44-yard field goal. That was good. And what happened from then on there, Hardy?
Oh, Patriots won.
Very good. They did. They did.
Not great, not spectacular, but good enough. It was a work through. It was just a get through this type of game.
There was a turnover late. Now, if you're asking yourself, was it a Patriots fumble and the Jets recovered to get their takeaway number up to 2 on the season? No.
Justin Fields at work. Deep in his own end, he drops the snap, and Fields is in trouble. The ball is still loose. And the Patriots seemingly have it at the 10. New England takes over.
Dumb teams do dumb things.
Uh-oh, that's not nice.
That's not nice at all.
You see the stat afterwards? Fields has more fumbles than any other person in the National Football League since 2021.
All right.
48 of them.
Don't pile on, John. But when you're talking about, like, not great, they got the win because they recover that fumble and they're close to the goal line, what did they do with that good fortune?
3 and out.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 and out. Borregales, another field goal. That was pretty much the tenor of the night. The Patriots had a lot of chances to turn this one into a blowout and didn't. They had a lot of chances to stop the Jets on third down and didn't, and kept Justin Fields and that offense on the field for longer, and they were able to run a lot of clock. It was just one of those nights. The weird stuff happens on Thursday night to begin with, but Patriots didn't play particularly well.
I would like to push back on Fred's assertion, though, that Trevion Henderson didn't have a great game. I think as long as when you get the ball that many times, when you don't cough it up, when you score 3 touchdowns, and yeah, you get pushed in on one, but kept his feet, did everything he could on some of those play calls, which I didn't love. And last week, Fred, I have to bring this up, when he did squirt loose on a couple of long runs. That didn't impress you either because he said there was no one there to tackle him. So
I didn't say that didn't impress me. I said when you're in short yardage where you're lining up to stop someone and he gets past the first line, then he's gone. I didn't say that didn't impress me.
Well, I was impressed both weeks. I was impressed last night. I don't think it was a world-beating performance, but based on what we saw earlier this season with Ramondre Stevenson and his inability to hang on to the ball at times.
So you're saying he had an impressive night because he didn't fumble?
That's part of it, yeah. It's not going to blow you away when you look at the numbers, and you're right. He ended up with, 3.2 per carry?
What was his long gain last night?
Henderson's long was 9.
9 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, 19 carries for 62 yards, 5 catches for 31 yards. If you take away the touchdowns, which are more a culmination of the drive and May getting them there than anything else, take away the touchdowns, what would you have said if I said Trevion Henderson ran 19 times for 62 yards and had 5 catches for 31 yards?
I would say he was fine.
Mediocre. He was.
I don't have a problem with the way he played. They're just from the limited post-game, afterglow. I've just seen a lot about him having a great game. I didn't think he had a great game.
It was fine.
Yeah, I thought he was fine.
Fine. And look, as a Patriots fan, I'm very happy they won. I'm very happy this kid is playing well. He's got 5 touchdowns in the last 2 weeks, and he's the breakaway back that they thought they drafted. But just a snapshot of last night, he was fine. Wasn't spectacular. That's all.
I mean, I thought he played better last week. I never said he didn't. That's odd because I never questioned his performance last week at all. I just was stating that these things, and you have to be fast and you have to be able to do it. But if it's a 4th and 1 and the team's all out selling out to stop you at the line of scrimmage and you get past the line of scrimmage, there's no one there. You have to outrun like one guy, which is hard, and it's hard to get through that line. That's just how you bust through, how those long runs generally in short yardage situations bust through.
Maybe it was your tone.
I suppose, but I mean, you've been holding on to that now for 4 days.
No, I just thought about it after you mildly poo-pooed the celebration on this Friday that is of Trevion Henderson.
Look, the Patriots played very well last night. The game was never in doubt. The defense played well. They allowed some long drives, whatever. The Jets scored 14 points. You can't be upset about that. And just the only thing is that when I came in, every TV shows Trevion Henderson because I guess Trevion Henderson.
It's kind of it's the easy story.
It's the easy story, and I just said, and I'm just saying, and I don't even think you disagree. I don't think that it just wasn't like this great performance. He was good. And he certainly carried the offense for portions of the time in terms of the times he's touched the ball. He didn't do anything that I thought was, oh, wow. He could have, but he got leg tackled on that 9-yard run. He could have, if that tackle's not made and the guy's on his ass that makes the tackle, that could be broken for a touchdown.
Yeah, last week was far more impressive than this week. Far more.
I don't know what's going to make you happy, Fred. I don't think talking about this guy is going to please you either.
And they worked with 3 receivers to the wide side right. Kyle Williams split left. Drake May, left foot forward, sets the protections, points left to Quincy Williams, takes the snap, 4-man rush, double clutches, backs up. Now he runs to his right, throws on the go, finds Hollins middle of the field, runs it right to the 30. He's brought down by a pair at the 26, but it's a first down catch and turn for New England with Adams among the tacklers for the Jets.
Tony Peaks brought me down to the strip club with a pair. It's a nice suitor. It was on Jenny Jones. No, Mac Hollins has been great. It's just, my point is that your team is good when Mac Hollins is playing this
Drake
well.
May did that a handful of times last night. It's not the receiver, it's the quarterback. That's something that if you had never seen the Patriots play before last night, you took away from last night's game.
I think it was the next throw to Hollins that he put way upstairs, and Hollins had to elevate for it. Now he's 6'4".
Yes,
and that helps. But that was a better play by Hollins specifically on his next reception than that one was. He found himself at alone in the middle of the field, raised his hand, and May got him the ball.
Fair, but the overwhelming majority is May.
May's the reason this team's winning. Justin, go ahead. Their defense has been good, but May's the reason they're winning this much. Justin, go ahead.
Hey, thanks for taking my call. Big win last night, and I know there was a run early in the game where it looked like he was going to fumble it when they were going down to the goal line, and he did a good job of kind of holding that in. I feel like if that was Stevenson or Henderson early in the year, that ball would have been on the ground. And just a quick thing on why do they put all these divisional games on Thursday night? Those are the most important games for teams, and it kind of puts both sides at a disadvantage. And you'd think that with the emphasis on divisional games, you'd want to have, the teams as rested as possible and be ready to go for that, because the Thursday nights, I don't think are a good solution for divisional games.
No.
I think it might be in an effort to help viewership on Thursday nights.
It's more entertaining. That's why. You have bad teams that have a chance on Thursday night.
Yeah, the NFL's not interested in competitiveness in time windows. I told you, I heard the guy who's in charge of the NFL scheduling, and they're like, well, if you send teams to Dubai, you're obviously going to have to give them a bye week the next week. And he went, no. I've rarely heard anyone just swing it around as much as this guy. They're like, the Vikings are playing 2 games overseas. He's like, yeah. They're like, yeah, and then they come back, and they're like, he's like, yep.
Right. Yeah, they're not concerned with it being a fair test of football. They want the most eyeballs on it. I remember years ago, it was John McClain in Houston. There was a Houston, I think Jacksonville game that was coming up on the next Thursday night or something, and he predicted. He said, "That's not just going to be the worst game of the season. That might be the worst football game of all time." And that's what you kind of got used to on those Thursday night matchups for a while. And the league has probably said, "Oh, let's make these some divisional games. Let's make them a little more interesting." Wow, the teams are on short rest. So?
Yeah, they should know each other well.
We don't care.
It's a short rest. Like, maybe that game, if that's on a Sunday, is a bigger blowout. All right. I mean, they covered, and the spread was 12.5, so, you needed that last field goal. All right, we'll be back in just a moment. Bert Breier will be joining us.
More touch.
brought to you by Celsius Energy Drinks. Refresh your energy with zero sugar, essential vitamins, and proven ingredients.
From the Tell Your Time Studios, WBZ FM and HD1. It's not just the games. It's Toucher and Hardy, Zolak and Bertrand, Felger and Maz, Joe Murray. For Boston sports fans, it's 98.5, the Sports Hub. Beasley Media Group Station. Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Patriots got 3 touchdowns from rookie running back Travion Henderson and won their 8th game in a row, 27-14 over the Jets in Foxborough.
The guys up front, they make our job easier. They make my job easier. You know, there's a couple times I thought I was down, and then those guys are coming to push the pile and getting me into the end zone. And so those guys work so hard.
Drake May added 281 yards passing and a touchdown, and Andy Borregales kicked a pair of field goals in the fourth quarter to put the game away. Patriots are now 9-2. They visit Cincinnati a week from Sunday. Bengals are 3-6. They play in Pittsburgh this weekend. Bruins lost last night in Ottawa for the second time in 2 weeks, 5-3. Tim Stützle scored a pair of goals to snap a 3-3 tie in the third period. Bruins visit Montreal tomorrow night. Aaron Judge barely beat out Seattle catcher Cal Raleigh for the American League MVP award last night. As expected, Shohei Ohtani won the National League award. And the GM meetings are now over in Las Vegas. MLB.com and SNY in New York are both reporting Cy Young Award winners Tarek Skubal and Paul Skeens are not available for trade. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Best Ford in Nashua. Looking for great deals on a new Ford? Go to the Best first. Best Ford in Nashua. Head to bestford.com. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 7:30.
Onto the Pasternak, and he scores! What a blast by Pasternak!
The Bruins play here. Toucher and Hardy.
Such an fantastic explosion.
98.5 The Sports Hub.
You know, it's a journey. You know, the NFL comes with a lot of highs and lows. You know, I think the biggest thing is just the preparation going into the week with the reps that we have, just trying my best to take advantage of them. You know, continue to try to grow and get better as a player. You know, my running backs coach, he does a good job of pushing us. Coach Vrabes, he does a good job of pushing everyone. You know, I think preparation is key.
All right, since it is the day after a Patriots win, we will go to Alf, because Alf loves to talk on the radio. Alf, hello.
Yes, thank you for taking my call. What's going on, fellas?
Alf, how are you? Are you at work?
Yes, I'm at work, man. This is by far the best week of 2025. 2 weeks, 2 wins in a week.
2 wins in week. That's right. That's what they were chanting after the game. 2 wins in week.
2 wins in week.
2 wins in week.
Who just came in?
2 wins in week. Hey, listen, man.
Who just came into the store?
A couple of my customers, my regulars. What's up, Bub?
They play Keno?
Table. I don't think he watches football. He never talked to me football.
Oh. You play Keno?
Keno, no, but I got some customers that do. Hey,
I meant the guy.
I had cable in Pontiac. Just so you know. Pinewood Townhomes.
Okay, so you lived in Pontiac.
Yes, sir.
How old are you?
My customer is coming for some beer. Say hello to the radio.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on?
You working? Does he work a night shift?
Stock up for later.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
I've heard that before.
Alf, I may have delivered pizza to your place before. Do you ever order from Joangela's Pizza and Deli?
Pizza and Deli? No.
Okay.
Where is that?
It used to be in Auburn Heights, but we delivered to Pontiac.
Auburn Heights, Auburn Hills.
It was Auburn Heights when I was there, Alf. Okay.
Close enough, Auburn Heights.
All right, close enough.
All right, thank you.
All right, Alf. Enjoy selling that beer at 7 a.m. I thought it was 8 a.m.
Oh, wait a second. He's calling from Michigan. Aren't they Central Time Zone? It's only 6 a.m. there.
Wait, Alf lives in Michigan?
Yeah.
Oh.
I just wasn't expecting that. That
one. Really it took a second for that one to register with me, but then it did.
You get it, so that's important.
What I like though is that the guy was checking out beer at 7 o'clock in the morning, and he's like, "Yes, stocking up for later," and it's like, "No, you're not."
Yeah, but this Alf guy calls us from Michigan.
couple times a week now?
After every Patriot win.
And the people there are going into a convenience store at this hour. He's on the phone with a radio station, he says, in Boston, talking about the Patriots. And whether they believe him or not, the customers are unfailingly polite. They always say hello. Well, they're not bothered by this guy. These good people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Bert Breier, what did you make of Drake May's performance last night?
I think, it's, to me, now it's what he's doing on 3rd and long. And there was a 2nd and 20 last night where they just so easily converted it, and he looks so calm and settled. And I think Josh McDaniels is doing a bonkers job with him. Just because I think there's the thing, of course, that Josh did with Mac a few years ago, which I'm sure he's doing now, which is he's in his ear until the 15-second cutoff. So he is, to some degree, reading the defense for him. I think what's impressive about it is just the way that they've been able to balance who he is as a playmaker and not take that away from him and get him playing fast while also having him growing within the offense. It's funny because Josh has done there's been so much damage done when it comes to Josh as an NFL head coach. And I'd still look at this if I was another team, and I'd be tempted to pick up the phone and call.
You give him a third chance.
Yeah. There are so few guys that can develop the position at this level. And, so I'm really impressed with Josh. He's done a phenomenal job. And Drake's natural ability is, obviously speaks for itself. But it's not when you watch him play, it's not you can see it. And I always hesitate with this stuff because you don't know what an offense is trying to do unless you're in the meetings and everything else. But it's not like Drake is sitting back there and going 1, 2, 3, 4. That part of the game, it's not there for him yet. Yet he's playing with patience in the pocket. He's able to allow things to develop. He doesn't ever look panicked. He looks under great control at all times. And I think the one thing that surprised this staff, because they knew what they were, part of the reason why Vrabel took this job was because of the presence of Drake May, right? I think one thing that kind of has surprised the people on, Mike and the guys on this staff is just how good his instincts are. That's what they didn't know. That's what would be hard to know unless you were in it with him. But how good his feel and his instincts are, I think you can see that. And he's a very real MVP candidate. I know people around here are back to the point where they're taking it as an insult if you consider anybody else for these sorts of things.
They'll even spit water out of their mouth.
Yeah, look, Matt Stafford is having an incredible year. And if Matt Stafford is the MVP, I don't think nobody should complain about it. They played a much more difficult schedule. They played in a more difficult division. His touchdown to interception ratio right now is on pace to be 47-4. If Matt Stafford keeps this up and wins the MVP, I don't think anybody should argue with it, but Drake's there with them.
I want the names and phone numbers of those 41 guys you talked to that didn't say Drake.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Keep the glass of water. Keep the glass of water.
Because I got blamed for that. I'm a hater because people answered my poll a certain way.
I thought it was just.
It's just
shocked the poor man.
If you sniff around and find something out that's going to be upsetting to people, what you should do is not tell the people. You do all the work and you find out information like that. Keep it to yourself, Bert.
Yeah, I know.
That's how the job is supposed to be done.
Mm-hmm. So, but I think Drake has been just so enormously impressive. And I think it's the other thing, when you go back to what their evaluation was of him, one of the things, and they don't get credit for it, but those guys, some of the guys who are still here, some of the guys who aren't, who evaluated him in 2024, I've said this a bunch to you guys. They had massive offers to move out of that spot, right? And there were people in this market who should raise their hand that advocated for trading down and taking J.J. McCarthy.
Or trading down and taking Penix is what also some people
in this market say. I haven't heard a lot of hands raised.
I know who they are.
They're obvious, but they're
Felger and Barth.
Yeah, there are some people that said you should do that.
I don't know if Barth said to trade down, but Barth loved Penix.
I think part of the evaluation was not just like we're taking the third quarterback. It's not just May versus Penix, May versus McCarthy. It was May versus Penix and extra first-round picks. It was May versus McCarthy and extra first-round picks. Like, so the Vikings offered the 11th pick, the 23rd pick, a 2025 first-round pick. So 3 first-round picks. So in that scenario, you would have gotten McCarthy. You probably, like the 23rd pick, you know who it was? It was Brian Thomas, the receiver from Jacksonville, right? And then you would have had a first-round pick this year. So you would have 2. So you could have gotten like Will Campbell and somebody else. So I think resisting the overtures to take May 3rd overall, they do deserve credit for that. And a big part of the evaluation was a lot of things went wrong for him his last year at North Carolina. And that thing was, I mean, like it created a lot of division on who he is as a prospect because he was great in 2022, right? In 23, I mean, I can just say this now. He got offered $5 million to go to Ohio State. He got offered $5 million to go to Alabama. And he stuck it out at North Carolina and came back in a bad situation. And like that, going back and having the loyalty to go back in that situation, even though it wasn't perfect, and he didn't play great. But part of the Patriots' evaluation was he never blamed anyone. As much as they pressed him, whether it was talking about what happened that year, putting it up on the putting the tape up and like, hey, what went wrong here, what went wrong there, he never blamed anybody else. And I think you can see that now in the way that he carries himself, right? Like in the way, I think last night in the post-game press conference, I think he said something like he was asked about the MVP chance. And he's like, oh, yeah, I think those were probably for Travion.
No, he's a really humble kid, and obviously,
and it's genuine. It's not fake.
No. And he's look, he's really boring, but that's great for a quarterback. And you can tell he was raised in a good family. You can tell that he doesn't have an ego. You can tell, but he is. I guess the perfect way you'd want to raise your kid is that they were confident without an ego.
Yeah,
I think that's a good way of putting it. You want a kid that, of course, doesn't lack confidence and is. Once it feels if prepared that they
secure
can
enough
succeed.
in himself that he doesn't need to project the confidence to everybody.
But that true security, that true belief in yourself goes without the the need to self mythologize.
And he's not trying to be like some caricature of a quarterback. He's just himself. And I actually think like that's something the top guys now have in common. Like I think. There's a pretty strong consensus that the top 4 guys over the last few years have been Mahomes, Allen, Lamar, and Burrow, and I think all 4 of those guys have that. And I remember I said this to both Mahomes and Allen. Like I think there was great value if you guys remember when they did the match. I think it was in Vegas, right? I thought there was great value for those guys riding around and having like a case of Coors Light in the back. It humanized them, but it was who they really are too. Like
So you need to drink to be human.
No, they really have been.
Since the Ohio State graduate.
Nice job, Bert.
But I mean, like, but it's
I guess Hardy and I.
There's an ability to
bring that over here.
There's an ability to maintain. But I've said that to those guys like that. I thought like there was great value in that for them, and that like it projects them as normal people. And they really are. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, if you've ever been around those two, they really are. And Burrow's the same way, and Lamar's the same way.
Burrow's getting a little nutty with the fashion stuff.
He does, but if you're around him, he's a really normal guy.
But I think it's interesting, too, when you say they're not trying to be a caricature of a quarterback. I would say on or off or on the field, because those 4 guys you mentioned are 4 totally different players in terms of the way they play the
game. And very different personalities.
And different personalities, and they're not trying to... like you said, change, what they do or how they do it, and they're all having success.
I mean, and it just feels like, I don't know if you guys felt this way last night, and I'm sure you felt it. Yeah, I'm sure you felt it, Fred, like, rooting for the other team, but this is where there's a similarity to Brady. It's like 3rd and 9 feels like 3rd and short now.
Yeah.
And like, you just kind of like look at the way, again, this is the value of him as a runner. Right? Like, and what he does with his athleticism. So and I think we can get into this too. The offensive line deserves credit too for what's happening now, but like his athleticism paralyzes a defense. It like forces you to play a certain way. Either you're taking a guy out of coverage to spy him, or you're playing zone. If you're playing zone, which the Jets played a lot of zone last night, if you don't get home with your rush, eventually they're going to pick you apart.
Well, that's what I was.
And
we
that's
were talking about this earlier.
Line
They dropped 8 guys back, and still May was finding the seams in the zone and moving the ball down the field.
Right, and like I think like the offensive line deserves a lot of. The offensive line is way better than it was last year, and I think Will Campbell. Like, again, like I don't think he's Joe Thomas at left tackle, but I do think he can be like Jake Matthews, which is a good left tackle and a guy who's good enough where you don't have to worry about it.
So you think after watching him for all these weeks, he's going to stay at left tackle because that was the narrative when he was drafted. Maybe eventually they'll kick him inside. He's good enough to be a tackle for 10 years?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Like I again, like, do I think he's going to be Joe Thomas or Laramie Tunsil
Right. No, I
or
understand.
Trent Williams? No.
But when he was drafted, the point was he can be just an average left tackle for the next decade.
Like, there are going to be like weeks when you have bad matchups like Myles Garrett where you're probably going to have to help him. Like, but I think like again, it's Jake Matthews is the one that like kind of jumped out at me as the right comp. I mean, like Matt Light was like that, right? Like Matt Light, like. Do you guys remember? I think it was like Aaron Schobel from Buffalo, like where he had all kinds of trouble, like right, like there were matchups. Jason Taylor gave a lot of people problems, but like
Famer,
yeah. I mean, like but Matt Light, like you didn't really, they didn't have to worry about like going and getting one. Now, if Trent Williams, like someone at that level, were all of a sudden available to you, and you kick. Yeah, then we're talking about something else. But it looks like they're going to be too good to get one of those sorts of guys. So I think where they're at right now, like it looks like Will Campbell will be the left tackle for the foreseeable future.
All right,
and it was kind of jarring last night. I know the Patriots only got called for 2 penalties, but one of them was the hold on Will Campbell, and that was something I was expecting to hear 3 times a game, every game. Yeah. And when it happened last night, I'm like, oh yeah, Will Campbell, he doesn't screw up.
And the Jets have good edge rushers. Like Jermaine Johnson and Will McDonald are good players. Disgruntled Jets fan over there.
How much would you pay them?
Well, I wouldn't pay them like they were Nick Bosa or Myles Garrett. I think it's tricky, like at that position, because like if you don't pay them at that level, then like, where are you going with them?
Do you think anyone would pay them like Bosa or?
Well, so they already picked up the option on Johnson. I think one thing.
Well, Johnson can defend against the run. McDonald can't.
The one thing that's interesting though is Johnson was way more available before the trade deadline than McDonald was. McDonald was really not off limits. Like if somebody went and offered something crazy like they did in Sauce and Quinnen, then like I'm sure they would have moved. But like Jermaine Johnson was available. And Will McDonald really wasn't the same way.
Wouldn't you say McDonald's the better pass rusher,
yeah.
but Jermaine Johnson can stay on the field longer?
Yeah, I would say, and I'd say like that's like where it's like with Will McDonald, it's like okay, like as he gets older, he's going to get sturdier and he's going to get better against the run.
Look, man, if they kept both of them, I wouldn't have a problem with it. I just don't. Look, they're both first-round picks, and neither of them have popped like you would expect a first-round edge rusher to pop. I mean, they both had individually good years, and Johnson, I know, got hurt, and that's a shame. And McDonald was good last year, and he's certainly good 2 weeks ago. They have talent. I just don't know how much you want to invest in them.
I don't think the Jets are, like, that far off. The problem is, like, how do you solve the quarterback?
Right. But, I mean, that's always what the issue's been, and how you solve the quarterback problem. Bert's here. It's a great day to have him after a game. He's got a lot of good information. We love having him here, and we'll continue with our talk. And then at the very end, Belichick's name will come up, but I will be disciplined. I will wait until the very end of this hour to bring up Bill Belichick's name. You're welcome. Well, hey, hello. That was me.
That was you.
What you doing?
There you go.
Taping our phone
call?
It
was on the Instagram. You guys are up on the algorithm here.
No, well, good. At least we're on someone's algorithm. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
You're listening to Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub. honesty.
I am not known as Mr. Fun.
Toucher and Hardy continues on the Sports Hub.
Kick off! Calm down! Well, those nor'easter uniforms sure made that late night worthwhile.
Ice blue in color and ice in the veins of
Tre'Veon Henderson.
He had a great game. Oh, man, he had such a great game.
Well, 90% of it was last night, and then you don't know who's gonna have a great game. And
that guy
until they have a great game.
Yeah.
I see. I think some of that was. Play it again. Let me hear it one more
I'd
time.
like to hear that too.
Kick off! Calm down! Well, those nor'easter uniforms sure made that late night worthwhile.
Ice blue in color and ice in the veins of
Tre'Veon Henderson.
He had a great game. Oh, man, he had such a great game.
I don't think you take that.
What did you guys think of the uniforms?
I'm still a little hung up on it. I don't think that was done this morning. I mean, there's a part that might have been.
Yeah.
When I think about the uniforms, sweet.
I'm gonna run right out and buy five uniforms right now.
I didn't like. I don't know. I'm a purist though. I hate it when teams don't. I hate when teams wear colors that aren't really there.
Well, no, they
You know
were
what I mean?
dressed like the Lions. It was nice.
I thought it looked like North Carolina.
Oh,
I
yeah,
just-
I could see that. Yeah.
This is why, I actually this is why I have respect for Alabama. I think they're the one team in any sport that has never, that you never see them wear any sort of alternate.
Doesn't Ohio State do the same thing?
Ohio State has alternate, like the throwbacks and stuff, and it wears a black alternate. Michigan
Okay.
has like this yellow alternate.
Yeah. Michigan's got a bunch of them now.
Yeah, I think Alabama is the only one that you never see them in anything but those jerseys.
I mean, because listen, everyone gets one jersey and it's bought at Walmart, and then you go back to your trailer. The worst alternate uniforms are the Steeler ones where there's the leather
Well,
helmet.
there's those are the Packers.
Oh, those are the Packers.
Yeah.
Is
The
the
Packers,
leather helmet?
yeah.
Okay, that's the worst.
I don't like the Spartan ones when they go all black. I'm like, what are you doing?
Well,
What is-
because everybody likes to pretend black is one of their colors. The
Yeah.
Rams are wearing black. Have you guys seen the descriptions of these are great too? Have you guys seen the descriptions of the uniforms?
No.
Okay, so the Patriots one is about a foreboding New England storm or whatever.
Okay, the midnight mode zone.
Oh, God. I'm looking at it now. Jesus.
A bold alternative look created as part of the NFL's new rivalries program.
You know what would be a bold alternative for the Red Sox? Winning a title.
It draws inspiration from the sleek, modern design of SoFi Stadium. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Representing the energy of the Rams' house at night and reflecting the team's deep connection to Los Angeles, the city where so many work in the dark to earn the spotlight.
Yeah, because that's what I think of when I think of Los Angeles is working and not looking for
And also,
recognition.
I think about the Rams and the uninterrupted time that they've been in there. Well, does it have any ode to St. Lou while they're there as well?
Grind, this midnight palette captures LA's true spirit. The grind that nobody sees.
Yeah, the hookers, the way you have to sell your body waiting for your big break.
My favorite one's the Jets one, though.
Same with mine.
The Jets have they've got this pattern on their sleeves, right? That pattern.
Snot.
The nod to the iconic New York City manhole pattern on the shoulder and
Yes.
in the background to the plane is uniquely our own.
Well, it was
so manhole covers.
No, it was about the Meatpacking District's famous manhole club that was shut down in 1981, but did thrive in the late 70s.
The Patriots are shoulder and pant stripes carry a subtle netting pattern, an homage to the working harbors that define the New England coast.
Of course. Yeah. That's what I would have guessed.
Yeah, there's a lot of mesh. You go out to one of those harbors, you can't get away from
There's
the
not
mesh.
a lot of respect for the fishermen grown up in Lincoln Sudbury.
You know who
you don't
probably-
appreciate it.
You
But
know who probably appreciates that is Jordan.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
I wonder if she had a say in that. She knows some very powerful men.
All right.
All right. All right.
Ask him.
Go ahead. You want to ask him.
All right.
Tre'Veon Henderson. Great game, huh?
Tre'Veon Henderson.
Great game, right, Bert?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Played well, what?
Ask this one over here.
I don't think Travion Henderson played particularly well. I thought he had a fine game.
I think he's like...
Ask that one over there.
No.
He's what I told you guys he was.
No, first
Well,
of
who can
all, don't
remember
get
that?
offended that we're actually criticizing an Ohio State back.
No, I'm not. Like I'm telling you, he's what you like. That's why it drives me nuts when I hear people say like, why doesn't he get the ball 25 times a game? That's not what he is.
It's fine. All we were talking about is a snapshot of last night. If you take the touchdowns out, 19 carries, 62 yards, 5 catches, 31 yards.
Right.
Fine, not great. His touchdowns were more product of Drake May getting them down the field than it was last week when he had a breakaway speed and had 2 long touchdown runs.
Right.
That was the point.
But
not a great game. Fine, not great. That's it.
He's a great space player. Like he is not like, and this is what he was.
Why was he down here?
Huh?
No, I thought you were going to go great space coaster, but that's fine. Go ahead.
No, if he's such a great
space player, what's he doing on Earth? Go ahead, Bert.
He got it.
He's he's incredibly explosive.
I stand by that.
All right.
Hold on, I'm gonna punch it up. Go back. Do that part over.
It doesn't need to be punched up. I like that joke. If I was listening, that would have made me chuckle.
He's great in space.
Yes,
the space player.
He is.
Why doesn't he go fix a nut on the space shuttle or something?
Oh.
Just let it sit for a second.
Just let it go.
Just lay
out.
That's fine.
What is he? Darth Vader's kid?
Yeah.
I hate you so much. Really. Like when you say things.
You got another
Pick
one?
me up some dirt from Mars the next time you're flying around.
You know, space.
Why'd you let that shuttle blow up?
Oh, that's not his fault.
Could have helped.
Okay. The fact that he's holding on to the ball, these guys don't want to give him credit for either. It's like how soon we forget what Ramondre Stevenson had trouble with that. Henderson holds on to the ball. He gets into the end zone. He makes a few catches, and they're like, it's okay.
He's a really good. He's a really good weapon that isn't a traditional running back. I would say he's just I think the comp is like Jahmyr Gibbs. He doesn't have as much wiggle as Gibbs. He's not quite as big as Gibbs.
Easy.
Huh? Yeah,
Easy.
I know. I know. But that's Gibbs is best when paired with another back, right? Gibbs is best when paired with David Montgomery. There's a reason why Henderson, when he was in college, Ohio State spent to bring in Quinshon Judkins to pair with him. Trey is incredible in space. He's incredible in the open field. He doesn't have the best run vision. And between the tackles, if it's blocked up for him correctly, great. But he's not the guy who's going to make 7 yards when there's 3 there. It's if you use him correctly, and I think the Patriots for the most part have done a good job using him correctly. Now the injuries have created a situation where they had to use him more last night.
Yeah.
But he's going to be at his best over time, as a tandem back, with somebody else, who's somebody like Stevenson's a good match for him for sure. And that's what he was in college. And I don't know why you would expect that. I don't know. There's this expectation that oh, well, why don't you give him the ball 25 times? Well, it doesn't. I think you saw last night, kind of what that looks like. It's he's going to make big plays, but then
between the tackles, we were talking about this early on in possessions. First and 10, runs into the line, gains 1 yard.
It's sort of what he has always been,
Okay, so when you look around the AFC, and it's getting crazier and crazier, obviously with the game and not having the bye, the Patriots are in first place as it stands right now in the AFC. But since we've last talked to you, Buffalo has lost again. The Jaguars have lost. There's, the Pittsburgh doesn't look like a very good team, but I don't think anyone thought they really were. Baltimore is on the come, as a lot of people thought that they would be. What's your feeling, Bert? Where does New England stack up in the AFC?
I mean, I think that they're in that grouping with Indianapolis and Denver, which there's still a little bit of wait and see with those teams. But they all like have accomplished a lot to this point, and it's kind of like it's like an upside down thing this year where the teams that are probably the biggest threat in the playoffs to get to the Super Bowl are either right on the cusp of the playoffs or on the outside looking in. So I still think Buffalo, Baltimore, and Kansas City are going to be there. I think Cincinnati gets interesting if they can find a way to stay in it and get Burrow back.
3-6 though.
Yeah, well, here's
this
the thing.
weekend.
Like, so if they can come out of, if they can win, and this is a tall order, but if they can win 2 of their next 3, say Pittsburgh, New England, Baltimore, the next 3. If they can win 2 of the next 3, then they get Burrow back, and they get Burrow back, and now all of a sudden you're talking about a completely different dynamic because, he's one of the best quarterbacks in football, and the interesting thing about them too is like the offense hasn't been the problem.
No, Joe Flacco threw
Flacco's
how
played
much,
well.
How much against the Jets and lost? I mean, that was crazy.
Yeah, and against the Bears too.
Yeah.
Like against the Bears, they had the crazy. I mean, to blow that one was nuts.
Right.
Because the Bears had blown it, and then Caleb makes the freaking an incredible throw down the seam to Colston Loveland. Loveland breaks 2 tackles, and they lose that game. So I still think like the AFC's old guard's going to be there. The Chargers, I don't know if I really like what Jim Harbaugh's built there. Their tackle situation, like losing Alt for the year, is like one of the biggest injuries in football this year, I think. So I think it's pretty wide open because the best teams, the most accomplished teams could wind up being the wild cards.
Real quick, you mentioned Burrow and the fact that the Patriots are going to play Cincinnati a week from Sunday. When does he come back? He's not coming back for the Patriots game, right?
I mean, like, I've said this to you guys before. I think he's like the most direct descendant to Brady, like as a competitor, stylistically, the way he plays in big moments, all of that. So I would never rule out like the psycho competitor, but it's not the plan to have him back next week. And then, next week we ease him in. I think what's tough for them is like maybe they would be looking at him returning the week after next, but they've got a short week.
Thanksgiving.
Because Baltimore, they play on Thanksgiving night, right? So could he return for New England or Baltimore? Again, like it's hard to rule anything out with him just based on who he is, but I think it's less likely. And they really blew it because if they had beaten the Jets and Bears, now all of a sudden they would be a real threat. And instead they're 3-6. And that defense has been really, really bad.
Yeah, it might be the worst defense in football. All right, we'll be back. We got Bert for another break. Here are the headlines.
Essential Sports Hub headlines.
Bert Breier from MMQB is here. 27-14. Patriots take care of business on Thursday night against the Jets. Dayball was fired by New York. And with that Dayball firing, Bill Belichick was asked in a press conference, what do you think about the Giants job? And he did not say he wasn't interested. It very deliberately said he did not say he wasn't interested. He just said he was focused on Wake Forest, which is like coaching the Giants. I mean, that's kind of how many times did he say that from the podium in New England? We're focused on a rather small D1 institution from North Carolina. Now, Bert, what are the chances that Belichick gets the New York Giants job?
I don't think they're great. I just think the Giants are going to look at this from a big picture perspective. They've sort of looked at every category of coach over the last 10 years. The last time they successfully hired a head coach was in 2004 when they hired Tom Coughlin. So it's been a long time since they've gotten one right. And, they went the young offensive coach route with Ben McAdoo. Then they tried the retread with Pat Shurmur. Then they tried the kind of walk-around generalist type of coach in Joe Judge. And then came back to like the quarterback guru and Brian Daboll, and none of them worked. So they're going to spend the next 2 months really casting a wide net and trying to evaluate everything. And so, do I think they're going to look at Belichick? Yeah, they're going to look at everything. But I have a hard time seeing that being the conclusion that they come to. I just look at the makeup of their team, where they are. I think they owe it to themselves to talk to him, and I think they probably will talk to him. But I think a lot of things would have to be right. Who's your offensive coordinator going to be? Who's your defensive coordinator going to be? Who's the head coach going to be in 3 years if you're not there anymore? I think all those questions have to be asked. And the thing to me that's really key about this, if you're an NFL team, is one of the things that Bill did at a great level, and that program did at a great level when they were really churning over those 20 years, was they developed people. Players, coaches, front office. And so they had Josh McDaniels ready to replace Charlie Weiss. They had Bill O'Brien ready to replace Josh McDaniels. They had the line of defensive coordinators from Rack to Mangini to Dean Pease to Matt Patricia to Brian Flores. The last 5 years, one of the reasons why the whole thing fell apart is because that pipeline stopped. And there's a reason why they had to turn to Joe Judge and Matt Patricia to be the offensive coordinator, because there wasn't somebody there to replace Josh McDaniels. So what have you seen at North Carolina that would convince you that all of a sudden he's going to be able to put together an NFL staff again?
Well, you hired Lombardi.
Well,
right?
that's
so I don't know where the proof is that he's going to be able to do it.
Do you think Bill, if he were to go for this Giants job or any other NFL job, is he going to completely back away from the notion that he needs to run things from a GM standpoint also?
Oh, I think he would be. Yeah, I think he would back off of some of that now. Like, I do think like he would like.
I know, and I know he's said that before, but nobody believed him.
It's the Giants. You know what I mean? Like, and he's got a good understanding of what the Giants have always been that way, where the coach and the general manager has always sort of been the authority there. Even when Parcells was there, it was George Young. You know, so Bill's got a good enough understanding of history to understand like the way that organization has always been run. I think he'd walk across hot coals to get that job.
Okay, so what in the last 7 years can you tell me one positive thing that he's done that would make you
and that's
want him
the
to
thing,
be a coach?
Fred. Like, it's like you have. I think you owe it to yourself to have the conversation with him, because maybe he gives you some good ideas.
He's going to be 74.
I know, and that's the thing. Is like if you're looking at it from a Giants perspective, it's like, look, a lot of things that we have done. A lot of things that like we have done over the last 10 years have gone absolutely the wrong way, and we need to rethink things. At the same time, their two best hires by far over the last half century were who? Bill Parcells, Tom Coughlin, right? Parcells was a promotion from within, and Tom Coughlin was a guy that they had there before. So, like, their greatest success, that's why that's sort of like the crutch of that franchise is to always go back to something because that's where their greatest success was. Now, the most recent regime, they didn't do that. They went outside the organization for the first time, guys they had no connection to, and that didn't work out either. So now do they go back to what they know? And
which
Bill
would be
is obviously-
Belichick?
Huh?
Belichick would be something when they know?
Yeah, because they had him there.
Yeah, but, I was in middle school.
No. But the family stayed in touch with him, though. Like, that's a known.
Yeah, but that's not having him.
That's a known quantity, though. Like,
But that they were on the planet together?
Well, I mean, Tom Coughlin was gone
They weren't in space.
Tom Coughlin was gone for 14 years and came back. So, like, it's not the same. I'm not saying it's the same.
No, this is like 35 years.
But I'm just saying, like, if you're
96 is when he took the Cleveland job. It's
like,
30. Yeah.
I'm just telling you that like one crutch of that franchise, and it's been a great franchise and has done a lot of things right for a long time. They're on hard times now. But one crutch of that franchise has been that they always go back to the familiar. So that's why I'm saying, like, I think the phone call happens between John Mara and Bill Belichick. I don't think it goes anywhere. To be clear on this, like, I don't think it goes anywhere, but I think the phone call happens.
Belichick wasn't with the Giants in the 90s.
No, the second Super Bowl when they won the second Super Bowl.
1990.
Yeah, no, yeah. I think now that I'm thinking about it, it was earlier.
The
than
Super
96.
Bowl was in 90.
The Super Bowl was in 91.
Okay.
But
The season was 90.
Fall of 91, he took the Cleveland job.
So I was in school. I was not in college
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
A lot of life has been lived since then, my friend.
I was in fifth grade when Belichick took the Cleveland job.
Quick question. Is Johnny Morton in any kind of trouble in Detroit?
Well, obviously, this looks a little bit like Anthony Lynn 4 years ago there. I also would tell you that I don't think this is the first time that Dan Campbell's done that this year.
Ooh.
Because if you was
and
it
if you don't know,
Baltimore?
Dan Campbell's taken over offensive play calling.
Was
duties
it?
for
So
the
was
Lions.
it Baltimore that they played on a Monday night in September, right?
Sure.
Okay, so I think they played Baltimore on a Monday night in September. So week 1 was a bleep show against the Packers, right?
Yes.
So week 2, they scored 50, however many points against the Bears, and I talked to Jahmyr Gibbs after the game, and he said, I asked him what was the problem against the Packers, and he said communication. And so then I wrote it, and then the next week, I had a couple people while I was watching the game with other teams who had read that point out to me, hey, keep an eye on Campbell here. Like, watch him on the broadcast. Had a play sheet and was talking into the headset. And so I think this has been sort of an ongoing thing for them.
Okay.
And I do think, like, obviously, if you're Dan Campbell and you're looking at this, like, it's like, okay, I'm going to manage it for this year, and we still want Johnny Morton in the building as a resource. But if you've demoted him from play calling, and maybe you're planning on having somebody else in that role next year, then you're probably not bringing him back.
Yeah, and this is kind of like the start of the paper trail now. Let's start taking play calling.
Well, if you guys remember, like I think in 21, you correct me if I'm wrong. All this stuff runs together, but like they had Anthony Lynn as their OC, they fired him, and I think Dan was the play caller at first, and then gradually handed it over to Ben
That
Johnson.
sounds right.
I think
I don't think he took it right away.
it wasn't right
right
away. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
It's a good one.
There you go.
Bert Blast.
Thank you.
All right,
we got
Bert.
Hardy's lines minute in there.
We absolutely did. I mean, we could, and we didn't really talk about the Jets. So there you go. All right, Bert. Thank you so much for the time,
thanks, guys.
sir. MMQB, read it, love it.
touchdowns in the last 2 weeks. The Patriots' 8-game winning streak is their longest since the beginning of the 2019 season. Their next game is a week from Sunday in Cincinnati. The Bengals visit Pittsburgh this weekend. They have a record of 3-6. Bruins have 2 losses in their last 9 games, and both of them have been up in Ottawa. Last night they were beaten by the Senators 5-3. Tim Stützle, a pair of goals in the third period to snap a 3-3 tie. Bruins visit Montreal tomorrow night. And in baseball news, Aaron Judge beat out Cal Raleigh for the American League MVP award last night. Shohei Ohtani once again the runaway winner of the National League MVP. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by the Double Bonus Card Special at the 99. Visit this Friday through Sunday. For every $25 you purchase in gift cards, get 2 $5 bonus cards. You gotta love the nines. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 8:30.
Get
There's the potential there for big stuff.
98.5 The Sports Hub app. Get the app.
And we're back. Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
DeBonsa, his dad texts Nick and I several times a week. He's over there at BYU, and they're playing this Sunday, correct? Is that the UConn game this Sunday?
Tomorrow, says Ryan.
Oh, tomorrow they're playing the UConn Huskies at the Garden. So you feel free to go ahead and see that. I guess he's been pretty good. I saw a mock draft having him go third. So we'll see how that all shakes itself out. We will have Cedric Maxwell joining us, Bob Sosi. We'll talk more about the Patriots. We have spent 2 hours speaking of them and only them and football in general. So, Adam, as we cleanse our palates,
Yes,
what is this?
I have a palate cleanser for you, courtesy of Empire, which is a movie magazine that's been in publication in the UK since 1989. Of course, they're online as well. And
of course, the United States is in post-Empire.
Yes,
our,
indeed.
Our post-Empire run, the United States, according to Bret Easton Ellis.
So this is the best movies of all time, reader-curated bucket list for the perfect weekend movie marathon. That's how it's titled. The little bit of the in creating this list, they enlisted the help of their esteemed readers, asking to share the picks or movies that have comforted, challenged, entertained, and inspired you the most. And it's a pretty, but unlike the lists we've done recently that are generated by Rotten Tomatoes reviews.
Yeah,
and
who reads Empire? I need to know a little bit more about, and you could probably glean this from the list.
Yes, this is not a movie buffs list. This is not a cinema list. This is a list for people that love movies. There's 100 of them on there. I'll let you guys kind of rapid fire off some ones. I'll let you know where they rank, and we'll see how long it takes us to get the top 10 nailed down, which I'm looking at the top 10, and there are really no surprises.
Okay, so it's not trying to be cute.
No, they're not trying to be cute, funny, fresh.
Right, good.
Godfather
is number 3, so well done on that, Hardy. The Godfather at number 3.
So these are just movies people like?
These are movies that, again,
you have to see.
These are must-see. You cannot die without seeing these films. These are the ones that you absolutely, positively have to experience.
Okay. Are all the Porkies on there?
Just the first 2.
Porky's Revenge, was that the second one?
Yeah, he didn't get not quite enough revenge.
All right, you got to see Star Wars.
Yes, so all 3 Star Wars films made it onto, well, I shouldn't say all 3.
Far more than
9
3.
of them.
No,
but episodes 4, 5, and 6
right.
made it on there. So let's see if you can guess which of the 3, if it's...
Empire's the highest ranked
Empire's
one.
the highest rank. Where do you think it is in the top 10?
5.
5? Anyone? Any other guesses?
8.
8? How about you, John?
11.
That's
Said top
11th
10.
in the top 10.
But you're all wrong. The Empire Strikes Back.
It is just that schlepping around the desert.
The best of all Star Wars films is the standalone, Rogue One. It is the best made of all of them. It has the best story. People don't like it because it's a standalone. But I will die on that hill.
Well, you're used to standing alone.
Yes.
And the breadline.
And on hills.
Wow. Nick liked that a lot.
Yeah, Nick's yucking it up over here.
Jaws is in the top 10.
Jaws is absolutely in the top 10 at number 6. So well done.
Birth of a
Jaws.
Nation.
Number 6. Birth of a Nation. Number 75. No, I'm just kidding. Birth of a Nation is not.
Gone with the Wind.
Gone with the Wind.
Not in the top 10.
Gone with the Wind did not make the list.
Oh,
Nowhere in the top 100?
Not in the top 100 of this particular movies you got to see. And I will say there are some, if you will call them like classics, like the Turner Classic Movies, like those titles. There's absolutely some of those on this list.
Well,
There's some.
I mean, Goodfellas is obviously
Goodfellas is number 10. So
whoa,
there's
there's
number 10
10.
movies. So you've got
Are
about
there
half the top 10
comedies
so far? There are some comedies on here. Yes.
In the top 10?
Not many. In the top 10, there are no comedies in the top 10.
That figures.
Oh, okay. So if they're gonna go, if they're getting very well, The Godfather 2 is in the top 10.
It is not.
Oh, okay. So are they? Is there something like a Chinatown? Is there something like a Taxi Driver?
Godfather Part 2, number 14, by the way. Chinatown.
Is there something like a Taxi Driver? Is there something like a Raging Bull?
Raging Bull was.
Is there something like a Meet the Fockers?
Taxi Driver, number 55.
I can't drive that.
Hey,
that's right.
Is there anything with Sammy Hagar?
You can't get your car out of second gear.
Wait, so Raging Bull is not on there?
Raging Bull is not on the
About
list.
Shawshank Redemption.
Shawshank Redemption is in the top 10. Any guesses as to where it landed from you, fine gents?
Number 1.
That is that was not for that guess.
8.
It is not number 1. The Shawshank Redemption at number 5.
Are any of Andy Sedaris' movies like Hard Ticket to Hawaii or Malibu Express on there?
Malibu Express, unfortunately, did not make the list.
How about Hard Bodies?
No, Hard Bodies did not make the list either.
Hot Dog the movie.
Better Off Dead.
Are there,
number 89.
are there any skiing films?
No, there are not any skiing films.
This movie will not be in the top 10, but I'll ask you this: are there any like Kurosawa movies, by the way, like to be annoying?
Oh, like Seven Samurai.
Yeah.
You know what? Let me see if that.
Yeah.
Yes, Seven Samurai at number 65.
No Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Add 4 to that.
You know what? That should be on there, John, because that is a phenomenal film.
How many of the top 10 have we not gotten?
So let me take a look and see what.
5.
Citizen Kane.
Citizen Kane is not in the top 10.
Casablanca.
Number 40.
That's a good one.
Casablanca is a good one.
Casablanca is. Give me a moment here.
Not in the top
number
10.
33.
Yeah. How about Psycho? How about that one?
Yes, you're getting.
Stop making fun of me.
That is number 81, actually lower than you would expect. But there's
hold on.
Rear Window is at number 72. There's absolutely some Hitchcock on this list.
Movies that you have to see. Is there a Coen Brothers in the top 10?
There is not a Coen Brothers film in the top 10. You've gotten Goodfellas. You've gotten Jaws,
Shawshank, Godfather, and
The Empire Strikes Back. So you've not yet gotten the number 1 film.
Weekend at Bernie's.
The number 4 film. And the
6,
number
7, 8, 9.
7, yes,
We got it.
All right.
7, 8. So,
All
but
right.
these are. I'm just trying to put it in context.
All right.
These are all.
Let's try to get the number 1 film. Okay.
All right.
So I'm guessing it was made pre 1980.
It is not. These films that you're missing from the top 10.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Okay, Raiders of the Lost Ark absolutely is in the top 10 at number 9. So well done. Check that one off. The rest of the top 10 consists of films from the last 30 years.
Is like Pulp Fiction in there?
Pulp Fiction is in the top 10 at
Very
number
good, Fred.
7. So well done on that.
So the number 1 movie was made in the last 30 years.
Yes, it was. And the rest
All
of the
right,
ones
I
you're
get
missing-
that. This was in Pulp Fiction.
How about the Matrix?
The Matrix is on the list, John, but it is not in the top 10.
John, you're embarrassing yourself.
It's number 20.
It better not be Parasite.
It's not Parasite.
Okay.
That would have been number 1 on the critics list, but it's number 18 here.
All right. Is there what
the
movie in the last 30
the
years?
movie that all human beings have to see. It came out in the last 30 years.
And it's which automatically means it's not Goodfellas, which has already been on the list.
Right.
But
The Hangover 3.
It's a film that and it's not like a splitter here where like the critics said one thing and fans said another. This was a critically lauded film that won many awards and fans loved it.
Well, it's not
Universally
It's not
beloved.
Titanic.
It's not Titanic. I don't even know if Titanic
Yeah.
made the list. I don't think it should have. I think that's an overrated movie, but that's just me.
Fans loved it.
it's none of the Babe Watch series
Titanic
of
88.
pornographies.
No. And the Red Shoe Diaries also did not make the list.
Black Emmanuel?
Emmanuel.
Oh, okay. What was is it like a
Norbert?
Is it an African American filmmaker?
It is not.
Typical of Empire. Ignoring minority filmmakers.
Give us another hint on the number one.
It is what would be considered
Give me the genre.
A fantasy adventure film.
Oh, it's going to be
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, John Wallach. That is the number one film on the list. And the other two Lord of the Rings made the list as well. The Return of the King at number 27.
That's definitely, like, if you died without seeing Lord of the Rings.
Oh, my God.
Like, if I died today, I would be really upset because I've never seen any of the Lord of the Rings.
You haven't seen any of the Lord of the Rings films?
No. I'm not a shut-in dork.
Well, I am, and I loved them.
Of course you love them. They're about wandering around with little people.
Well, if Lord of the Rings is in there, Avengers has to be in there somewhere.
Avengers is in there, John. Avengers Infinity War is the number 8 film.
That made me cry.
That was the emotionally exhausting film.
Yes,
he found it emotionally taxing.
That's right.
Yeah, of course. Well, you don't have to play this. Of course we know this is the Avengers.
So I'm trying to think. So Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, number 1.
Yes.
Star Wars, Empire
Four.
Strikes Back,
Number
2.
4 is the only one we don't
Number
have.
4 is
Hobbit.
Thank you for keeping track of that.
Okay.
Number 4, another film from the last 20 years.
Furious 7.
Another film, another film that was critically lauded and award-winning and also a huge fan favorite. And it's part of a trilogy, and it is the best of this particular trilogy, even though it is not the first of this particular trilogy.
Wow.
Much like the Star Wars episodes 4, 5, and 6.
Okay.
Episode 5 is better than 4 and 6.
Is it action?
It is an action film.
Oh, I'm not.
It is yes. You would
Philadelphia.
You would categorize it as an action film. Yes.
Does it have Tom Hanks in it?
This does not have Tom Hanks.
Is it the Money Pit?
It is not the Money Pit.
It's not a James Bond. You said it's a trilogy.
It is a trilogy.
And it's the third one?
It is the second of this particular
Laverne and Shirley.
triptych. Is the Money Pit good? I don't remember if that was
No,
good.
it's
No,
terrible.
it's not.
Well, it's got Joe Montana in it. I like that.
Does it have Flip Wilson in it?
No, there's no Flip Wilson in this.
When's the last time you saw The Money Pit?
I hated it when I was a kid. I wouldn't watch it again.
There's
I always
5 years ago.
felt sorry for them.
There's a weird scene where there's two kids playing ping pong in the apartment that Tom Hanks and Shelley Long are living in that belongs to the maestro.
Yeah.
And there's no explanation as to who these two kids are or why they're playing ping pong in the apartment. And I've researched this tirelessly online, and like nobody has an answer for me.
Did they take a shot at Gummo?
Oh, Gummo. Gummo made the list at number 12. No, I'm just kidding. Made the list at number 12.
All right, I gotta.
Can you give us one
stretch my
actor
brain.
from this movie?
Yes.
It wasn't Tron.
Let me try to give you one that's not too much of a giveaway. It features
Andrew McCarthy.
No.
Does it have Judd Nelson in it?
Too low for zero.
Why can't I think of the guy who played the villain
You mean
in
less than zero?
Leon, the Professional? Gary.
Busey.
No.
Sinise.
No.
Goldman.
Daniels.
Gary Oldman is in this film. Gary Oldman is in this film.
That can't be from the
Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight is absolutely right. That is.
Well, that
the,
doesn't make sense.
the
If
number 4.
If Gary Oldman was in there, it would have to be from a long time ago.
So yes,
You're
the
on
Dark
a
Knight,
heater today, my friend.
number 4.
Yeah, I know. I am. Is anyone writing these down?
So you're not
done.
pleased with the number 1 choice?
Because I'm going to
right?
go. No, the jokes. Because I'm going to go off the
yes.
laugh factor.
Yeah, the space.
Yeah.
Old man.
Yeah,
we got
I
'em
might
all.
go. I might go workshop some of this stuff.
Yeah. I take it out of town tonight, though. Don't.
No,
do it
no,
in
no,
town.
no. I got a set. I got a couple sets tonight. I got it, but they're notebook sets. I go up with my notebook, put it on the stool.
Yeah.
Okay.
You use your iPad now, your phone.
What's number 100?
Another Tarantino film.
Wait.
All right.
Easy. It's probably not Malcolm X because that's probably higher.
That's Tarantino did not make Malcolm X. Spike Lee did.
Oh, why was I thinking that?
Because you're stupid.
Okay. You know what?
Reservoir Dogs.
Reservoir Dogs is the number 100 film on the list. Well done. Groundhog Day 99. Again,
Are any of the Clerks films, including Jay and Bob Strike Back?
no, but Chasing Amy is on the list at number 87.
No, it's not.
No, of course it's not.
Okay.
Kevin Smith, don't get him on a message board about this. He'll be very upset, as he used to troll his message board and get very upset.
What did we talk about that just missed the top 10 was Star Wars at 11, and then The Toy with Richard Pryor at number 12.
Oh, so Jackie Gleason vehicle.
right.
But that's just because of the change it made. It wasn't so much the quality of the film, the questions it made us answer.
Let me
as a
tell you
society.
something. Ned Beatty made sure his character had an arc in that film, and I appreciated that about him.
Ned Beatty, the big man, Ned Bollender from Homicide: Life on the Street.
That's when he was.
Great character.
That's when he was scrambling to get over his Deliverance sodomizing.
Wow.
You know, he was just trying to climb out of that role.
This corn is special, isn't it?
All right. Well, there you go. That's a lot of them. Can't Buy Me Love. Not in the top 15.
Not in the top. No, it did not crack the top 15.
Okay. Loverboy.
No.
Nothing with Patrick Dempsey.
No Patrick Dempsey vehicles, unfortunately.
I don't like that. What about the cowboy movie that Luke Perry was in?
What movie?
Oh, yeah.
Like 6 seconds or something.
Eight.
It was called.
7 seconds. Yeah.
That?
Eight
No,
seconds.
7 seconds. The punk band from
7
California.
seconds.
Yeah.
Kevin Seconds.
Kevin Seconds
would never be.
No,
in
he
it.
wouldn't have signed off on that.
Brokeback Mountain's on that list somewhere.
I'm sure it is. It
has to be.
I can look it up for you real quick. Brokeback 96.
There you go. Is there any other gay stuff on there like Cats?
Oh, we love Cats because
La La Land.
La La La. Yeah, it's on there. It
No one's ever seen La
It's
La
like
Land. It's the
60-something.
damnedest thing. It's won all these awards, and yet no human eyes have ever been on it. All right, very good. That is a palate cleanser. Cedric Maxwell will be joining us, and then we'll get back right into football. We'll be right back.
Toucher and Hardy will be right back on the Sports Hub.
playing with instincts and just like pushing the pace. But yeah, just it was good to bounce back for those two because I definitely wasn't.
Whoa!
Oh no, you guys are hearing that, huh, guys? I'm sorry about that.
What was that?
I'm painting. That was a big old paint roller.
Oh, a portrait of me?
If only I could paint that well, Fred. But yeah, quickly too, I wanted to rag on Adam 12 for something he said like a year ago. In that I moved up to Ellsworth, New Hampshire from Winthrop, and he might be familiar with that when he said Tenny Mountain Ski Resort last year.
Yeah.
It triggered me so much. That is 12. That is the most Adam 12 place you could ever
Yeah,
see.
it is.
From the effing 70s, you like that ski lift from the 70s. I moved my family up here from Winthrop, and it was like the worst mistake I ever made in my life. We're trying to claw our way back to the city. We hate it up here.
I'm sorry if you moved there on my advice, but I will stand by Tenny Mountain. They've done a lot of updates there over the last couple of years. It's a wonderful skiing and riding experience.
They got like the T-bar lift. What do they have?
No, they updated everything. Yeah, it's a nice spread they got up there at Tenny.
I'm happy it opened again. It was closed for like 15 years or something.
Long time.
But yeah, I'm sure that a lot of listeners are sick of paying the NFL like I do and stream the NFL illicitly. And I wound up pulling up the like Sunday Night Football on TSN, the Canadian channel, and I've been seeking it out ever since, like on purpose, because the commercials up there are effing crazy. It plays their commercials. It's as if every other commercial they play was like a commercial with like America F yeah, but it's Canada F yeah. It's the most like nationalistic, crazy crap I've ever seen.
Well, they got to keep people there. I mean, listen, you can only mimic U.S. culture so much before you're going to lose all your talent. But I guess Canada has a very vibrant art scene right now because people are staying put because of all of the animosity between the two countries. And I say, stay there. We already got Lorne Michaels. All right, Cedric Maxwell is the Celtics color analyst on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Celtics radio network. Hello, Cedric.
Hello, gentlemen. How you doing today? Stay in Canada. I love it.
Hardy played one of your little James Taylor tunes there, but you didn't get to hear
love it. Man, love James Taylor. Fire and Rain.
You know, this was something about showering.
Shower the people.
Shower the people, yeah.
Well, isn't it odd that he says shower the people, but people in his orbit rarely shower? They or shave their armpits in terms of females.
That's way too much for me right now.
You ever been with a woman who didn't shave, Cedric?
Oh,
Back in those,
I have.
in the 70s.
Oh, of course you have. Oh, yeah.
It's gross.
It's sexy.
Max, I have to ask you, Adam 12 just told me to click on the YouTube. Are you in bed right now?
Whoa. I'm sitting there laying up in bed, yes, while I'm talking to you guys.
That's a very nice headboard. Very ornate.
Well, it's cushioned. Is that your bed at home?
Yes, this would be my bed at home. I was sitting up and watching TV, and I said, you know what, today I'm going to be real comfortable. Since I've had 3 days off, this is beautiful. So this is my relaxing time.
Okay, good. Well,
yeah, take your relaxing time, Max. You deserve it. Take your relaxing time.
Yes.
Don't get yourself all worked up on our account. Just take it easy.
That's what John Wallett's wife would say to him. Don't get all worked up, John. Okay, don't get all worked up.
It's so impossible for him to because there is such a sexual tension between the two of them at all times. You brought her up.
I love.
He speaks the truth.
Yeah, I am speaking the truth.
John is the best. He's absolute. When John gets nervous, that's what I really like. When you say something that might be a little controversial. You might say something about being too black or something of color. John says, "Whoa, big fella, back up a little bit.
Yeah.
I need my job."
Yeah, the last thing I need is to do that.
What is to have a black man be proud of his race?
No.
I apologize for him, Cedric. He knows not of what he does.
I love to say it on air when John's doing the game with me. That's whoa, John. Whoa. Back up, big guy. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, there was that whole N-word controversy with John a couple seasons ago.
Whoa, man, that Trump thing, you can use two of them. You can't use one, but you can use nuclear. I was like, damn, this man, he's out there. I love it.
All right. Cedric, what have you made of this lineup as it evolves, the changes that they've made? Where do you think they stand now as a unit? I mean, they're going very deep in some games into the roster. Like, how many of these guys do you think are legit NBA players? All of them, or how many of them?
I think there are quite a few that are, but I think this is a audition for Jason Tatum. When Jason Tatum comes back next year, this year, whenever it is, can those pieces fit around him? One guy in particular I talked to was Jordan Walsh. And I said, let me explain something to you, young man. And I'm not on the coaching staff, but I like him. I said, and speaking to myself, I don't give a damn what you do as long as you play hard. And I think that's what Joe Mazzulla says. That's his word, a sense of urgency. That your life, your basketball life depends on it. You know, you have Brown out there who's going to play, but all the other guys, Cada, all these other guys, they have to play with that sense of urgency. So Mazzulla is going to say, hey, I'm going to play you more. Jordan Walsh in the last 3-4 games has played with that sense of urgency, and that's why I think he's playing a lot more.
I want to ask you about Luka Garza. We've talked about him a lot on the show. They leave him alone for threes for a reason. He's not the quickest guy in the world, but somehow he manages at the end of the night to get 7 rebounds and, a few points as well. Is he an NBA caliber big man, or is he playing because the Celtics let 3 of their big men go?
Well, I think it's a combination. Obviously, when you don't have, when you lose the big men that you lost, and Al Horford, and you lose Porzingis and all those other things, factors that go along, Luke Cornett, you have to go in and you get somebody. Now, who does he remind me of? He reminds me a lot of, and this is an ugly word, Bill Laimbeer, because he can't jump. I don't think he could jump across the damn line. I don't know if he could jump high as I can right now. But what he does, he anchors himself and he gets great position on both sides of the floor. And when he rebounds, he's not getting off the floor. He normally gets the ball on his tiptoes when he rebounds, and he goes straight back up with it. I think the big thing about the Celtics right now, and I've told you this before, they're gonna win their share of games. And the reason why, because Joe Mazzulla is going to have those guys playing hard every night. And that in the NBA, if you can do that over 82 games, that's going to win you probably to get into the playoffs. Now, will it win you a championship? No, I don't think so. I think the talent level, again, when you don't have a Jason Tatum, obviously won't allow you probably to get to that point this year. But there are building blocks this team is going towards.
But you know what? I was on the fence, but you sold me, Max. I want all my players to be anchored, feet in cement, just doesn't move well, doesn't jump at all. But, man, once he picks a spot and stands there, it's tough to get him to move.
That really is true. That's exactly what really good rebounders do. You don't have the high-flying guys aren't around, and he's not a high flyer. But if he anchors himself on either side of the paint, it's hard to get him out. I'd love to see what he does is when he starts chugging down the court, man. If you guys see, his arms are just flying.
No, I don't like it. It looks unsafe. I don't like seeing him run. I worry about it.
I love it. It's funny to me seeing him run because he's not Usain Bolt or nobody, nothing graceful about it, but he's just chugging. He's just trying to get there. And I like the fact that he's busting his ass to get to where he needs to get.
Well, what is what else could he do? I mean, if he doesn't run as hard as he can, he's never going to make it down there.
Then Joe Mazzulla is going to have him on the bench.
Right.
Joe Mazzulla is not taking any prisoners this year. If you don't play hard every single moment out there, especially if you are, let me use one of Sean Grandy's words, an ancillary player, then you're going to be on the bench.
Can you say it while you're crying so I can understand it better?
But say ancillary when you're in the middle of a fake retirement speech.
Oh, wow. Come on, guys.
That was Hardy.
You guys are piling on Sean Grande this morning.
You bring him up on purpose every single week. You know that's what's going to happen.
I make the other guy sitting beside you use his name. That's all. I love hearing that. I love when he says his name.
Yeah.
It's just funny to me.
Stupid, yes. All right. Okay, Cedric, there you go.
Yes.
If Jason Tatum, if you're the Celtics, we've had this conversation with Chris Forsberg.
Mm-hmm.
If Jason Tatum, say it's the last quarter of the year, maybe you're a playing team, you're not really playing for seeding or anything. It looks like you're going to be a playing team. Do you let Tatum play this year?
Now you're asking me, and this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say no. And the reason I say no, I think he wins you a couple of more games. I think if you are a legitimate championship team, you have to have him 100% healthy. Now, does he want to come back? You say if he wants to get a couple of games in just to get his sea legs, possibility. But if you're asking me, I would say no. But Jason Tatum has said one thing and one thing clearly to everybody. He says, I have not busted my ass 6 out of 7 days to not come back and to be ready. And that is pretty much where he's staying. So I think they're going to do what he wants to do, not what Cedric Maxwell thinks.
Yeah, because we were talking about it with Forsberg. I agree with you, and Forsberg's like, well, you could bring him back. And I'm like, well, would you have him put on minute restrictions? He's like, probably. And he's like, you could let him play at the end of the regular season because you can't tell him that he's not going to play. And I go, well, then would you play him in the playoffs? And he goes, I don't know. And I go, well, then if you're playing him because you can't tell him that he's not going to play, what do you think? He's going to want to sit out the playoffs? You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean that is the seriously the system which is there. Do you play him and try not to limit his minutes so he won't get hurt, or do you let him come back? And so I mean, it's just crazy how basketball is. So I think that's why they get the big bucks, to make those decisions at the end of the year. Jason Tatum is now I'll talk to Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum is going to want to play this year. There's no doubt in my mind that he wants to play. Do you hold him back if you are people of management? Because athletes, all great athletes, sometimes think they can do all these things. And then you look at them going, man, you can't do that right now. That's not in your wheelhouse. And you have to kind of pull them back.
Yeah, I don't know if they can do that. That's
they can do whatever they want.
Well, I know they can, but I mean, if Tatum is 100% and he passes all of these tests, and he's done everything to make sure that he stayed in the public eye walking around, he's clearly aiming to play at some point this season,
or he wants to be around the team.
I know what you're saying, Fred, but as John just said, if he's ready to go and he's physically there, and they're either above the playoff line or close to doing it, how do you hold him back and not play him and explain that away? Because it's getting out. It's going to become a story.
I don't have to explain anything to him. I'm paying
not to him, to the fans.
I'd explain to the fans. I want him to be
his damn salary, so I'm telling him what to do. Okay, yeah. I hear that gentleman right there.
You don't agree?
I mean, that's what it is. At the end of the day, that's what teams do. They're trying to protect their assets. And sometimes you have to. It's like, here's the thing. You remember when the NBA was spending all the money?
Yeah.
And the commissioner and everybody came in and said, no, we have a salary cap. They were protecting the owners from themselves. And sometimes the same thing happens with players. They're protecting the players for themselves.
So here's where the problem lies: is if you're hurt, you tell the organization you're hurt, and they go, you play, or there's going to be repercussions. That's a problem. If the organization is protecting your long-term health, thereby conceivably adding years and money to your life, your playing life, I don't. That's not like some evil owner, like Machiavellian thing. This is they're protecting the guy.
I think it's really different now because of the salaries. If you have an asset that is $400 or $500 million player, you're going to do everything you can do. During the times that I played, they were tossing you out there, man. You got to go right now. I don't care if your leg is sore.
Yeah.
How many times have we read in the NBA now why a guy isn't playing? Sore knee. Hell, everybody has a sore knee. Ankle that's not high ankle sprain keeps a guy out for a month. Joel Embiid can't play because second night of a back-to-back. So I mean the assets. I mean you're trying to really just extend the life of the player, obviously. But at the same time, to me, sometimes I think you seem like you're coddling guys and they have a way just to kind of, maybe my toe is sore or something like that. So I don't really like it. I understand, though, the position that the teams are in and the players want to be in.
All right, Cedric Maxwell, enjoy the remaining time that you have to yourself. Maybe you just spend the day in bed. Who's to say?
Thank you very much. Yeah. Hey, Sean, can you bring me a drink here for a minute?
I thought I heard a low simpering in the background. All right, Cedric.
All right, gentlemen, have a good one.
Thank you so much, Cedric Maxwell.
Bye-bye.
All right, so we'll be back in just a moment. Here are the headlines.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by
Well, I knew it.
Hardy was.
Wrong.
To be worried about that game.
No one thought the Pats would lose. And it turns out they
Did not lose.
Good job, Hardy. You're a real
Idiot.
These seems thrown together.
I wasn't worried.
These seem thrown together. We're Toucher and Hardy. I don't know what this is all about, but Adam, go ahead, Adam.
Hey, good morning, Fred. Happy Friday.
Yeah, woo, TGIF.
TGIF. My friends gave me a hard time on my first time ever calling yesterday, and I just owe you an apology. I'll never make a stupid call like that again. But in all seriousness, I actually do want to point out Drake May last night. I know with him being in his second year and his ability to really move the ball with his legs, but I think the biggest thing that I have seen so far in his second year, I think at his young age and the ability for him to read defenses, and there's some growing pains with him for sure. I mean, this is his second year. I know we're all giving him that hype train on the MVP, but I think what stands out to me about him as a young player, a young quarterback in this league, he's definitely going to be a quarterback who can read defense well. And every receiver in that game last night, from Diggs to Hollins, there was that big breakup on that deep ball pass by the Jets. I mean, the Jets played us hard. I have to give the Jets some credit because I know that they have had a tough year, but for Drake May to go into that Thursday night game and the ability to read defenses, I just think it's awesome. I mean, I love Drake May, man. I'm sorry. I love him.
And you should. I mean, he's phenomenal. The poise and the idea. It's funny, like when they're like, he's 23 years old and they're showing how he's like the third youngest quarterback in the NFL, starting quarterback in the NFL. And you're thinking, this is not a total joke. I mean, he could be playing for 20 more years. Like he could be a Patriot quarterback until I'm 70. I mean, first of all, we can't have that. Because I won't live to be 70 if that's the case. So I don't need that in my life.
But to me, Fred, I respect, good for you for being a Jets fan, sticking to it, and Milo being on the field last night was great. What was the biggest takeaway from that? Was it more just bad football by the Jets? Or to me, there was the coaching too. I mean, I love Coach Glenn. I think he's going to have a success, I hope. I'm not going to give up on him, but you saw they had 12 men on the field. It seemed like there were some personnel changes that were difficult. So what gives? I mean, is it just bad coaching or is it just bad football by the Jets?
Well, they don't have a quarterback. So you can't judge anything until they get a quarterback. That 12 men on the field penalty after there was a stoppage in play and a timeout. That's
you had a
too much
punting situation negated by a penalty. You had that personal foul push.
But that's a defensive hold. I mean, like a defensive hold, I don't put as like a personal foul, like you said, or like too many men on the field. I
didn't watch that game specifically last night and come away thinking, what a dumb team. What an undisciplined, badly coached
team.
Like,
what a crappy quarterback.
Yeah,
and they have a lack.
Reminded me of last year where you had the Patriots in second and long, you knew they were punting. If they were second and 10 or more, they had no chance of getting a first down.
And the actual polar opposite of that is when it was 4th and 2, and you're just like, well, they're going to get this. Like when the Patriots had a 4th and 2, you're like, they're going to get this. And you know they're going to throw because they're not going to risk running Henderson up the middle. So you know they're going to throw. They're not going to do anything overly cute. And you know they're going to get it.
Yeah.
And it happened. Now, look, they were 50% on third down efficiency, which isn't like out of this world. But Drake May, in any situation, you're not thinking, oh, they're screwed. When you're on the opponent's side of the 50, any fourth down that's not like 4th and 8, 4th and 7, like anything that's like 4th and 5 and under, I don't think that you go, what are you doing, Vrabel, if he goes for it? I mean, you think there's a 50-60% chance he's going to make that conversion.
And you look at the Jets, and it reminded me of when Jacoby Brissett was a quarterback of this team the first half of last year, and when Cam Newton was here. Justin Fields throws a perfect deep ball up the left sideline. Christian Gonzalez is beat. A.D. Mitchell beat him, and the ball goes through his hands. Fields actually finds a guy over the middle. I think it was Mitchell again. Went
It was
right
Mitchell.
through his hands.
Yeah, Mitchell's had 2
and
drops.
then there was the pass where Mitchell beat Gonzalez out on the right flat, and the throw was terrible. I mean, that was on a play that could have gone for 20 or 30
there
yards.
There were 3 throws from Fields yesterday where players were wide open, which would have converted a first down. And he missed the inexplicably, with no pressure on him, missed the throw.
Right.
He can't play quarterback.
The one on the right side to Mitchell where he was looking,
where he was standing right
was
there
on the right side, and he threw it wide right.
Now, he would have dropped it even if it was in his chest,
but in
nonetheless.
theory, at least that one wouldn't have been on the quarterback.
No, look, it's so simple, and I know, okay? But it's worth saying again, is that if you put Fields on the Patriots, they're better than the Jets probably, but not by a lot. If you put May on the Jets, are they as good as the Patriots? No, but they're not that much worse. Now, maybe the beginning of the season would have gone a lot worse because Vrabel's such a better coach than Glenn right now. There's no question about it. He's heads and tails over him. But to be fair, the Jets, take the Jets out of it and say that they don't ruin quarterbacks for a living. Watch, Fields will go win MVP next year. But, May is the reason. May is the reason. Vrabel is a big reason. McDaniel is a big reason. But none of this is happening without May. Would you some of these games against bad teams that you still would have won with your schedule with Vrabel? Yeah, because it's a super disciplined team. They don't make a lot of mistakes. All these things. But May is what puts you over the top, obviously.
Yeah, and the thing with the Jets, I know you said that they weren't terrible. They were 50% on their third down efficiency.
Yeah, they were fine.
But
and a lot of that was the first drive.
So they were 6 of 12 on third downs. 4 of those third down pickups came on the first drive.
Yeah, they were 4 for 4. We played a highlight earlier. The Jets converted their first 4 third downs and didn't convert their next 4
and
third downs.
They threw one or two forward passes on that first drive. They had the one to Taylor that went for about 3 yards, and then they had the one to A.D. Mitchell.
The slant near the goal line.
Right,
yeah.
and he needed only 6 more yards to get his receiving over, and he dropped every ball that was thrown to him.
Well, they're one of these teams that is resistant to some of these newfangled ideas in the NFL, like the forward pass. Well, they're saying, I don't know if this thing is actually a thing yet.
Well,
we're going to take our time.
Pull up their depth chart, and outside of their running back and offensive line, in their 2 ends, that I don't know. And Quincy Williams was benched. And Sherwood,
had a sack last night, Quincy Williams, I think.
Yes,
right?
he did.
Yeah.
But that was the one negated by the penalty, I believe. But I'm not positive if that was true. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
But Malachi Moore is a rookie. Tony Adams sucks, and he won't be on the team next year. Brandon Stevens is young. Brownlee they brought over in a trade.
Brownlee made a couple of bad mistakes last night.
And so, what do you want him to do? What are you going to do? There's not a... Sauce Gardner and Quinn Williams are on that team. They're not winning that game. I can assure you they're not. What happened in that game that would have made Quinn Williams would have made that big a difference? They a little bit more pressure on May. They couldn't run against the Jets, so that they stopped that. And who was Sauce shutting down?
Yeah,
you don't think they don't get that 4th and 2 if Sauce is on?
He's not going to be on Hunter Henry or on Mac Hollins.
He's not going to be on Pop Douglas. He converted a third down.
Yeah, so I don't know really what that does. It's just there's just not a lot of talent on the team. I hope Glenn turns into a good coach. I don't think Bert's off air seemed who he's talking to around the league seems to really think it, but I've heard it all before. There's the Jets over the course of the last 3 decades, outside of the Ryan era, what is it? What's it? They're doing the right thing. They're doing the right thing, and then it never works out. So, is it unfair what's going on? Yes. Will something else hurt you as a fan base?
Does it make you sad?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
angry and sad and all those things, all those feels.
That's the important thing. I want you feeling things.
I told you there's my kids and this. The Jets, these are the 2 things that elicit emotion at every time. I can't turn dead inside. Boy, I wish I liked the Lions more. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
Stay tuned for more Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub. Paisley Media Group station. Sports Hub headlines presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Patriots weren't perfect last night, but they were more than good enough. They won their 8th in a row, 27-14 over the New York Jets in Foxborough. Rookie running back Travion Henderson, a big night with 3 touchdowns. Patriots are 9-2. That is the best record in the National Football League. Their next game isn't until a week from Sunday when they go to Cincinnati. The Bengals are 3-6. They're coming out of their bye week. They'll play in Pittsburgh this Sunday. The Bruins' 7-game winning streak ended in Ottawa last night, care of a 5-3 loss to the Senators. David Pastrnak and Morgan Geekie, a goal and an assist in the loss. Tim Stutzla, a pair of goals in the third period to put the game away for the home team. Bruins visit Montreal tomorrow night. Turning to baseball, Aaron Judge barely beat out Seattle catcher Cal Raleigh for the American League MVP award last night. Shohei Ohtani, the winner in the National League. And the GM meetings are now done in Las Vegas. Big story there. Cy Young Award winners Tarek Skubal and Paul Skeens are apparently not available in a trade at the moment from either Detroit or Pittsburgh. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by 128 Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric, the company that finishes every job strong. If your home or business has a plumbing, HVAC, electrical, or drainage that can't wait, you need to call 128 now at 888-CALL-128. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 9:30.
Listen to it, laugh at it, get mad at it, agree with it, argue about it. It is Boston Sports. Boston Sports. And it is all we do. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
I know. No, you don't know.
Everyone agrees that I'm the only one who's not wrong.
Right or wrong, they're back. Toucher and Harding on the Sports Hub.
Jets are in the all-whites with the forest green helmets and the green numbers.
We are Toucher and Hardy. You can watch us on YouTube if you want to see a girl. Kendra Middleton is here, and Bob Sosi is on the line. Bob Sosi is the voice of the New England Patriots. You heard him twice this week. He was on last night on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Patriots Radio Network. Bob Sosi's hot takes are brought to you by Bigelow Tea. By now you should know, Bob starts every game with his favorite Bigelow Tea, no matter how hectic your day gets. Be sure to grab a mug of Bigelow Tea and tea proudly. Hello, Mr. Sosi. Hi.
Hello, Mr. Toucher. Fred, I saw on Instagram that your son was at the game last night, but I didn't see that you were at the game, or at least you didn't come by the broadcast booth.
Did he come by the broadcast booth
last night?
Did he come by the broadcast booth at halftime by any chance?
I didn't see him, but if he did, I'm sorry that I missed him.
Oh no. Okay, so here's what happened. I can tell you the story. So a couple nights ago, so I guess it would be Tuesday night, I was like, hey, I don't feel great. Like if I don't go to it was Wednesday night, I guess. So I goes like, if I don't feel great, like just would you go to the game with a friend? And he's like, okay. And I'm like, yeah. And immediately he's texting this guy. He's texting his friend. And he's like, you sure you wouldn't mind if I went with my friend? And I'm like, yeah, if I don't feel good, you can go with your friend. And then yesterday morning at 8:30, I get a text from him saying, how you feeling? Which is not what my 17-year-old son usually asks me at 8:30 in the morning. So believe it or not, I deduced from this situation that perhaps he would want to go to the game with his friend more than me. And it was like throw me in the briar patch because I don't really want to necessarily stay out there and sit in traffic. I've seen the Jets win already this year. And so let's not push things. And so then I went to you're distracting me, Kendra. That is the Darrow microphone. That's the one where he spat.
No, it's that one.
No, it's this one.
Oh, whatever. I say it's that one. That's the one I call it. So anyway, so he didn't want to go with me, so I felt as a selfless gesture, I would let him and his friend go. And sure enough, Josh from NBC Sports Boston saw some picture of him. I don't know how he got it, and he sent it to me because my son didn't send me any pictures. And then I put it up because, Adam, why did I put it on Instagram?
Algorithm.
You said to put pictures up if I went to the game. I didn't go to the game, but then I'm sent a picture. It's the universe saying, get the algorithm on your side. All right, Bob, And Kendra, feel free to ask questions, should one, or comments.
I have a question right here from the jump.
Good morning, Kendrick. Good morning, Hardy.
Good morning.
Good morning, Bob. I want to play something that happened from the broadcast last night. See if you can identify what's going on here.
The Celtics play on the Sports Hub.
All right, folks. Don't forget, our coach knows winning ways, and it starts with being prepared. And when it comes to technology, nobody prepares your company for the future better than Oakers Technologies. Get future ready with Oakers, proud partner of your New England Patriots.
Now, it sounded like Zoe was eating something. Do you know what he was eating during that live read for Oakers?
Everything, I think, is the right answer.
I don't know exactly, but I'm going to take a guess. I'm going to guess it was a bag of chips, maybe.
Oh, I don't know.
No.
No. You know what? I think I'm going to give you that one because he does like those spicy jalapeno chips that they serve up there in the booth. Now, someone also said you can hear him crinkling the wrapper afterward. No, I believe that is the paper from the live read. But otherwise, I think chips is the answer we're going to go with. So well done.
It sounded more like a bread-based thing that was taking up more room in his mouth than that would be.
But if he's already mashed those chips into a goopy maw that's just kind of like stuck in his jowls.
Yeah, but his jaw is probably of the strength that it can basically disintegrate a chip. I'm guessing that is some sort of bagel or sandwich situation.
Yeah.
Maybe a baguette of
Something
some
with
sort.
some volume.
Yes,
yeah.
baguette.
A baguette of some sort. Okay, Bob... business as usual last night. Weird things can happen, divisional games, Thursday night football, all of those things, but it kind of went out as planned yesterday.
Yeah, and especially when you lose Milton Williams, one of your best players, certainly one of the 2 or 3 best defensive players, that is a cause for concern because the one thing you don't want in these short weeks is to come out of the Thursday night game with a roster that's further depleted than you went into it with. And it was good news that he came back and he did reappear briefly and was on the sideline for the team. But otherwise, I think it was a typical Thursday game. In fact, if not a better than a typical Thursday game, in that the Patriots did what they needed to do, which was get out of there with a win. You figured it was going to be a slog. And as I stated, they got out of there, with the exception of Williams getting banged up early, with good health, at least as good a health as they went into it with.
The studio has been split this morning on Trevion Henderson's performance. Hey, if you don't like the way I categorize things, choose your words better. Bert Breier and I were both impressed with him and thought he had a great game. John and Fred said, what's the big whoop? Where do you fall on Trevion Henderson's performance last night, Bob?
I'm typical Bob. I'm going to fall in between. I think I sense a little Ohio State bias on the part of one of those panelists today. Your special guest earlier.
No, he went on some side rant about how everyone was expecting him to get the ball too much.
I know. I zoned out. He was talking about something from a year ago. I told you guys. I'm like, well, I don't care what you
when
told
someone's
us.
like interviewing a politician and they get asked a question and it goes like completely onto another issue.
And all of a sudden it's 5 minutes later.
You ask him about guns and instead he starts talking about burning books in school.
Right,
like what?
right.
No,
Yeah, they'll go like, why have you cut AIDS research money? And they'll go, President Churchill. Which was no
Good one.
And then you know that
okay, so
you know that they don't know what they're talking about.
All right, so it sounds like you're already, Bob, a little lukewarm on Henderson last night.
No, I thought he had a good game. I mean, the numbers, look at the touchdowns; those are great. But overall, I thought he had a very solid game, a good game for them. It certainly wasn't as spectacular as the week before. Although, had he stepped out of a tackle very early in the game, one of his first carries, it might have been his first, then we would be saying another sensational game by Trevion Henderson. But I think, especially considering the workload he's had to absorb, I will say this: I think one of the things he did last night under the radar is that he seemed to hold his own better in pass protection. Not that the Jets overwhelm the Patriots or try to with extra pass rushers, but I thought last night he looked more competent, more confident in that role when he was asked to do it.
Well, that's the game within the game. That's above my pay grade. I have to wait for the all 22 before I pick up on stuff.
I think the important thing here is that Bob agrees with Fred and I more than he agrees with you. I like this.
I lean more toward.
Of course you do.
Well, suffice it to say.
No,
that,
I'll let Henderson know you feel that way. Go ahead.
Well, Henderson couldn't have done a bad job in pass protection considering the lack of times May was hit.
Well, let's talk about how the Jets defended Drake May a little bit. We
had a heads up.
Yeah, Phil Perry was talking about how teams would drop 8 and rush 3 to try and confuse May, and he had trouble with that, but he seemed to do okay last night.
Yeah, I mean, I think like when you go back to the previous week, in granted, Tampa Bay deployed a different strategy, but I heard some discussion about it the last few days. It's also important to keep in mind that Tampa Bay had personnel that's a lot better defensively than most of the teams the Patriots face. So is it a byproduct of their strategy, or is it the fact that some of those guys can cover better than some of the teams they've played previously? He certainly has done very well against the blitz. There's no doubt about that. So defensively, if you dial up blitz after blitz after blitz, based on what he's done, you figure to have that strategy backfire on you. But I think the one thing that he's done that should bode well against either approach defensively is the fact that he distributes the ball.
You're drunk.
You're breaking up, Bob.
You're drunk.
Oh, no.
You're breaking
Oh, no.
up.
But I think he distributes the ball very well. And I think you look at the balance of where the balls are thrown. He's not locking in on a guy. I think that speaks to somebody who's able to read defenses, somebody who's able to handle pressure, and somebody who, when they sit back and try to play coverage, in particular with the zone, he's going to find those spots. And he fortunately has guys in Stephon Diggs, who obviously has a great awareness of where those holes are, but some other guys that have become a lot, I think a lot more productive in the passing game than I thought they would be. When you look at Matt Collins, and after the first couple of weeks, the way Pop Douglas has become a very reliable receiver for them these last few weeks.
What did you think about Will Campbell last night? I thought it was one of his better games despite that holding penalty, but I honestly wasn't even that mad about it because if he didn't have it, Drake would have been clocked. But I thought last night was one of his better games. What did you think?
Yeah, I would agree, Kendra. I think that you look at what he did with McDonald. And, there were a couple of times where McDonald got pressure and Drake was able to step up, but Will did what he was supposed to do, which was get him past the quarterback. And I thought he did hold his own overall. I think overall, Will Campbell's had a really solid season for them, all things considered. He's gone against some very good pass rushers in the NFL from week 1 with Max Crosby, although he moved around a bit. But I think last night he played well. I mean, when you don't talk about the offensive linemen during the game, that usually speaks to their performance, that it's going well. And I thought last night, again, as you said, with that penalty notwithstanding, particularly against the guy he was going up against, guy coming off 4 sacks the previous week versus Cleveland, that he did a really nice job for them. I think he settled in very well.
Well, between you agreeing with Kendra and disagreeing with me and Bert, I would say this is not one of your stronger appearances.
Yeah. You know what, Hardy? I got to correct the record on that. I have to correct the record on that. I would say I probably lean more toward you and Bert.
Oh, stop it.
There you go.
Just stop it. That's
I think
embarrassing.
He had a good game.
He's not listening to you anyway. There's a magician on TV. Once one of his people is seen,
Bob.
he gets all distracted.
Hold firm.
Wait, I have one more question for you.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What is...
Invite her in and look what happened.
Yeah, you made me come in here. I wasn't going to come in here. Stephon Diggs and Cardi B's baby was obviously born yesterday. So in honor of that, I need to know if you have a favorite Cardi B song.
Oh, I'm waiting forever for this answer.
That's why I asked.
I
That's
will
why
wait
I asked.
forever for Bob to answer this. Take your time, Bob. Choose the right one.
Let me take out my phone, open iTunes, and go down the playlist.
The baby was born yesterday?
Yeah.
Well, to everyone complaining that Stephon Diggs wasn't at the birth of the child, I mean, what is he supposed to be everywhere? I mean, if he goes to every kid that's born, he's never going to have any time to himself.
Maybe if he were Diamond Medallion, he'd be able to.
Well, listen, he would be if he flew to the birth of all his children. Isn't it like his 4th in a year or something like that?
We don't know for sure.
I don't know.
So apparently he has a couple on the way. I think this might be the first of the lot to be born, maybe, but I'm not positive.
Yes.
So it's 4 women are pregnant right now with his child.
That's
He's
correct.
having his Tyreek Hill moment. Let him live.
Mazel tov,
Yep.
He must have a good financial planner because there's no way to maintain wealth more than having kids with multiple people.
Right. Man.
So no favorite Cardi B song?
Can we go with Am I Drama?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Bob.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Whether I spoke well or not, but
That's
Yeah,
a
my
very
feet are right.
controversial, very anti-Trump, that song, Bob. I'm strange that it's your favorite. And I just made that up. All right. I just wanted to make you uncomfortable, which isn't hard.
It doesn't make me uncomfortable, Fred. But
Did you work in? Did you work in the phrase last night? I forgot what the phrase was. We asked you to say. Did you work it in?
Hell no, I did not.
Oh, that's right. It was. It had to be in reference to a stat involving the number 69, and then after you were to say 69 and followed up with a hell yeah.
That's right.
Didn't Travion have a 60?
Travion was close to 69 yards rushing.
That
would have been easy to slip right in.
Yeah,
I think it was a 69-yard touchdown, if I'm not mistaken.
That was 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. The bet was for yesterday.
Fred, any ideas?
It had to be a play that was live yesterday, or some stat that rather than a reference to the previous week.
Any ideas for Bob for the next game for a phrase that he could work in?
Yeah, I got one.
Okay.
Jesus, Scott, will you please just shut up for once in your life?
Once again, money's on the table if you do that, Bob.
The last time, the last conversation I had with Gil Santos, I should probably not say this, before my first Patriots broadcast, he gave me some advice before the preseason opener in 2013, and he gave me some great advice about being myself and not trying to be somebody who copied him. That people weren't going to like the way I called the game because they liked the way he did it, but he said people will like the way you called it because they didn't like the way I called it. But he said, and one last thing. He said, "Tell Zolak to shut up."
Yeah.
Well, I haven't gone there, but Zoe has every right to tell me the same thing, especially after what I just said.
All right. Well, listen, I'll tell you what. Bob Sozzi, great job as always. Enjoy the longish week off, and look forward to hearing you as the Patriots are in Cincinnati, which is a lovely town. There's nothing wrong with it. A week from Sunday. Thank you, Bob.
Hey, thanks, guys, and we'll talk to you in a couple of Mondays.
All right,
Okay.
absolutely.
Thanks, Bob.
All right, Bob. We will be back. Kendra is in studio. We'll be back in just a moment.
More Toucher and Hardy on the way on the Sports Hub.
Hurry into the 99 restaurant this week.
We are Toucher and Hardy, and every Friday, Kendra Middleton is here. She's brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. We got an email, and it's from an emailer I like, and it's about me, so everyone get out of the way. Yeah. It's from our friend Ben. He says, "Morning, gents. I've been watching the show on YouTube, and I can't help but notice Fred looks sad. We all saw that picture of Milo, and we know he chose not to go to the game with you. Oh, boy. Hardy, cue cats in the cradle. Keep the chin up, Fred."
Right.
I know you're not actually sad. Show is better than ever. No, I'm tired. I am tired. I imagine everyone is tired, and it's not just from the game last night. That's no big deal. Like staying up that late, it's more of a cumulative effect. And I know many of you get up very, very early in the morning, and we're all in the same part. I don't make fun of Scott for getting sick. I really don't, because with the travel and like working night and then in the morning, it's a lot. But Kendra is here, and she works 18 jobs. She is on the grind. And I got a million emails. I don't want to play it, but we got a million emails that what some guy called in and asked about your feet or something on Saturday.
I heard. Yeah, I.
No, but they called you, right?
Yeah, they did call me.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
an elderly gentleman. I was actually in the car and heard that live.
Oh,
it was very interesting.
He snuck that in there. You know what? I'll give him his props. He did that. He asked me some serious questions, and then, boom, dropped it. I was like, you know what? He really. Good for you. Kudos. Can't even be mad. It took me by surprise. It was like 7:40, and I completely missed it at first, and then I looked at my producer at Garvin, and I was like, did that just happen? I was like, anyways.
Oh, Garvin. Who's Garvin?
Ryan Garvin.
Is he a male prostitute? Anyone?
Ned Garvin, male prostitute. Saturday Night Live.
His name is Garvin.
Yes.
That's his real name.
His name is Ryan Garvin. I'm pretty sure he's worked this show, no?
Yes.
Yes, he's produced.
He's replaced Pete.
Yes. Which one's Garvin?
The guy with the ponytail.
Oh.
Yeah, the other one.
You should have called him guy with the ponytail. Oh, his last name's Garvin.
Yes.
Oh. I thought his first name was
I said
Garvin.
Ryan Garvin.
You did say
yes.
Ryan Garvin, yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're not all experts on Ryan
You're
Garvin.
sorry. It's okay. You're tired.
I am. I'm tuckered out. All right, Kendra.
Yes.
Even though all the excitement around here has already occurred, and that was last night, there are football games yet to be played, and they will be, the vast majority of them will be played on Sunday.
Yeah.
With the exception of one on Monday.
We went perfect again last week, Hardy.
Jesus Christ, I can't win a bet.
Okay, so I only bet one game last weekend, and it was the one that you told me to bet. Let me see here.
The glasses.
I know. It was the Falcons plus 6.5.
Yeah?
Yeah, that was it. Cash.
Yeah.
I also tried the under on my own separately. I did not parlay it.
Okay, good.
But I bet more on just the spread, so it was still a net positive.
Yeah,
for me
okay.
last week. So I'm up.
There we go.
All right, so let's keep it rolling. What do you got?
I still have not won a football bet, and I won't take Kendra's bet because I don't want to squish him. But I have not. After week one, I've not won a football bet. There's been weeks I haven't bet, but like last night, I thought the new kid from Indianapolis might have 16 yards in receptions, which looking at it wasn't dumb, considering he should have probably had 1,700 yards in receptions.
Yep. A couple balls went right through his hands.
And then he had that 10-yard reception on third down on the first drive, and I'm like, oh, woohoo.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, yeah, I can't win. And it's not money, because it's not like I'm betting a lot of money. It's just that how can I be that wrong? Like, just coin flip. Like,
Yeah, doing it blindly, you should break even doing it blindly.
Like, I went to make a bet on that kid yesterday, and it was like, you don't have enough money on DraftKings. And I'm like, I lost that much money already? So that's not good. All right, Kendra, I swear I won't take these bets. And I'm serious.
Okay.
If there is like a greater force in this universe, you don't want me doing
I
it.
appreciate that.
Well, I'm doing it for you.
I've got a 4-pack this week. Gonna start out with the Commanders plus 2.5 minus 105. This is my silliest play of the week because the Commanders are obviously so injured. This is nothing more than the Commanders coming off of a 44-22 loss to the Lions, and teams that lose by 20 or more cover at an insane clip the next week. It's a game abroad. The games abroad are always weird. Dolphins need to find their level. They are always always injured when it matters. And I think that last week's win for them says more about where the Bills are right now than it does about them.
Okay, got it. Commanders plus 2.5 done.
Yep, I'm going to go Commanders. And then this is really square. I'm going to go with the Chiefs to cover the 3.5 minus 114. 205, also not a bad money line price for them. They need wins, especially in division. It's more so about the Broncos not looking good the last few weeks, and they're due for a loss.
You know what I'm saying about the Broncos?
What are you saying?
You don't want to play them in the playoffs.
God, yeah, we almost got through a whole show.
I got made fun of. I don't think I said it yesterday.
No.
So that's just typical John. Worst case scenario, even if it's not true.
Well, so let's talk about some of their wins for that reason. They beat a struggling Houston team. They beat the Cowboys, the Giants. They barely beat the Jets. They did beat the Eagles. That's their most impressive win to me. And they beat the Titans. And the two teams that are worth the crap that they lost to, their losses, are to the Chargers and to the Colts. So I don't know how serious this Denver Broncos team is against real competition outside of the Eagles, who that game was really fluky. The Eagles went in pretty much a quarter and a half doing nothing on either side of the ball. I don't know if you guys remember that game, but it wasn't impressive. It wasn't an impressive win for them. It was more when they were really highly rated in the luck rankings early in the season. The Broncos, the Bucks, and the Texans, their luck rankings through like the first 6-7 weeks of the season were insane.
They got lucky in the Jets game when Garrett Wilson was wide open in field goal range. That would have ended the game, and Fields couldn't get him that ball. But I will tell you this, just real quick. Denver's offense sucks, but Denver's defense is great. And for some reason, you know this, Bo Nix is like clutch. For whatever reason, he can suck all game, and then last drive of the game he goes nuts. Like, he's athletic, he's kind of fast, faster than I thought he'd be, and he goes nuts at the end of the game. So that recipe, I don't think they're winning the Super Bowl.
No, yeah.
And I don't even know if they're going to win on Sunday. And if you say they're not, then I trust you. You believe me, I can't win a bet and you win all of them. But I'm just saying that I wouldn't want to play necessarily that good a defense and just, if things are close, know there was a quarterback that's capable of coming back last drive of the game.
It's more so, are you getting, the Oregon version of Bo Nix, or are you getting the Auburn version of Bo Nix? You never really know, and that's the big question for me. I've got a couple.
But you like Kansas City?
Yeah, love Kansas City this week.
Minus 3.5 at Denver.
Yeah, or if you just like the money line, I don't think 205 is a bad price for them. I don't think it's the worst thing that I've seen. What's up?
I was just going to ask, given the Denver defense, do you always bet the under in Broncos games or not?
No, I don't think so. Their defense is awesome, but they don't have Surtain right now, so that leaves somebody open to eat.
How long is he going for?
Sunday?
Do you know?
I think that he probably like 2 weeks. I would say he could play next week, but probably the week after, if I would assume correctly. Feel free to correct me if anybody would like to, but I think probably 2 weeks. I've got a couple of player props. I'm going to go with Jacoby Myers plus 250. I think that this is a really good price for an anytime for him. He's who the Jags have right now, especially in high pressure situations because of all the drops. Should have had a score last week, but it was recalled for a penalty. Of course, the Jags are one of the most penalized teams in the league. No Travis Hunter for the rest of the season means more catches for him. They've got to get him acclimated quickly, and it's basically going to be a split between him and Brenton Strange if he plays the rest of the season, this weekend and the rest of the season, so that even more so makes me feel like they've got to get him involved early. And
do you hate Trevor Lawrence?
I'm starting to.
Took this long?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, so if you look at all of the numbers of assumed drop passes, or even just the drop passes in a game or over seasons, his receivers have led the league in dropped passes for I think 3 of the seasons.
Throw a more catchable ball.
I don't think that's the issue though, because it hits him in the hands. I don't know if it's the type of ball that he throws or whatever it is, but it's been multiple seasons now. And so as much as I'd love to blame the receivers at some point when it's so consistent, I have to look at him. And what I was going to say about BTJ, I'm hoping that sitting for a week will resurrect the BTJ of last year. We'll see. He's going to play on Sunday. But
how about the other side of that game, Lad McConkey, who that's
he's in bet jail for me.
Yeah, because he missed on that anytime touchdown bet that you placed on him earlier in the season that I placed also.
Okay, I'm sorry. We'll take the 8-1.
Okay.
All right, so you like Jacoby Myers for an anytime
Yep,
touchdown.
and then my last choice is going to be Pat Fryermuth, the Steelers tight end against the Bengals, plus 240. The last 2 times he's played the Bengals, he's had 2 touchdowns. Bengals are the worst team in the league against the tight end. Could be a Jonnu Smith game. I don't think so. The price is great. And Rodgers is a top 7 passer for touchdowns in the league right now. More of a passer than you would think, a more successful touchdown passer than you would think, considering how he looks right now and how this offense has looked. But I think that probably going to be a pretty high scoring game. And I like Pat Fryermuth to get in the end zone plus 240.
All right.
I'll take that.
Are you traveling anywhere this weekend?
I'm actually home this weekend, and then I'm off to New York City next week.
For the week?
I'm going for Thanksgiving week. I didn't get any shifts here, so I'm leaving. See ya.
What are you doing in New York?
I'm gonna eat food and walk around. My best friend from home lives in the West Village, and so I'm just gonna go chill at her place.
One of
We're
those
gonna go to the parade.
bohemians?
Yeah?
She's a bohemian?
No.
You're going to take pictures of your food before you eat it?
I definitely am. My phone eats first. You don't take pictures of your nice meals?
Only if it's like a meal that I know somebody else would enjoy, and I send it to that one person.
I love that about you.
Like anytime I eat shrimp
Because
scampi.
it's like an FU, and I like that.
That's not an FU. It's like if I'm eating...
shrimp scampi, you'll send it to Walt.
No. If I'm in Detroit and I'm about to eat like a mess of Coney Island, I'll send a photo to either my wife or sister because they enjoy that.
I like
Yeah,
that.
if I find like a dumpster who's runneth over, I'll send it to picture to Adam.
Right.
Or if there's like a rusty bike that I see, I'll go.
Don't
like,
look day
"Wish you
old
were
to
here."
me, jealous.
Yeah, if there's like a rusty bike, I'll be like, just a little elbow grease is all this thing needs.
Coca-Cola will take that rust right off.
Yep.
It's a waste of Coca-Cola.
When are you going up to chop wood again?
Maybe not till the end of December. We got a lot done earlier this fall.
All right, let's say I want to have some fun, and I should have done this 2 weeks ago and parlayed those 4 picks.
No, don't do that. Because I'm due for a bad week, and you know it. I've had 2 perfect weeks now. You know how this goes.
This is why I'm asking. I'm not asking you, should I? Let's say I wanted to take 2 or 3 of those and put them into
Leave
a
the
parlay.
Commanders out.
Commanders out. Okay.
If you're going to do anything, I would probably say Jacoby and the Chiefs, but you guys know I hate a parlay. You guys know I hate it.
I know.
It's the easiest way to lose money.
Well,
Although I do, I know you guys know what Reddit is. There are Reddit forums where they give out penny parlays. I think those are kind of fun and silly, and it's just a penny.
Penny parlays.
Yeah, but they're like 30-leg parlays.
And so like a penny pays what?
It depends on the parlay, but I've seen people have penny parlays for 5 figures.
Oh, wow. All right.
Oh, yeah, if you're doing 30.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right. Well, Kendra Middleton, have fun.
Okay.
And you should probably search yourself on Reddit. That's probably a good idea because everyone's so kind.
I actually have searched myself on Reddit.
Well, I would suggest not doing that.
Yeah.
All right. Kendra, have a good weekend.
Have a good weekend, boys.
How do people find you?
You can find me at Kendra Middleton everywhere by Twitter. It's Kenny with an I Middleton. And you can follow me on Action Network, their app for all of my picks before they come out, when you can get better numbers than a Friday.
Yeah. And when I selfishly gave my son the tickets to last night's game, Kendra was there to mock.
Mm-hmm.
Not fully understanding just what a incredible fatherly move that was that I did.
If the Jags were here, I would have gone. I don't know. You'll fly to New Jersey to go watch them, but you won't watch them here. Also, did Milo drive to the game last night?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was the most impressive part to me, because that's
Seeing that traffic?
That's no fun. You're sitting in that traffic as a somewhat new driver still and dealing with that. So good for him.
Man.
Okay, yeah.
Did Milo come into the booth though? You did. Okay, good.
I don't put a leash on that kid.
What a
man.
superstar.
Until he proves any different, I let that kid explore.
Are you going to film a video with me today?
Sure.
Okay.
I will do that.
Are you too tired and sick? We can do it next week.
I'm not sick.
Okay.
I can do it. I don't know if I can live up to what John did, but I can try.
Hey, he got like 150 comments of love on that video. I'm not even joking.
But don't look for that to happen again. You might get 150 comments, but they're not going to be of love. All right, very good.
Okay, bye.
All right, we'll be back. Here are the headlines.
Essential Sports Hub headline.
Hall of Fame.
And a whole lot of Boston sports.
And I have had many offers to become an insider.
We know what you're thinking. What could I possibly have missed from the show? It's time for The Stack on Toucher and Hardy.
We're finishing things up.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Oh, thank you.
You really needed that lead in, but there you go.
Oh, thank you to Mike and Craig from Eric's Filters in Hudson, New Hampshire. They sent me a big box of furnace filters.
That was the reminder.
No, that was not the reminder. But they sent me a shirt and a quarter zip, too, and a big box of furnace filters.
Oh, nice. So you can cosplay now as a air and
that's
guy.
about my speed. I don't want to, put myself off as like being a total HVAC guy. You need somebody to replace your furnace filter? I'm the guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've already posed as the law.
Put that thing on. That's nice, huh?
Yeah.
It's a good color.
It's just amazing to me that companies spend money on merch.
It's nice stuff, too. That's new era right there.
Yeah. It's just like that. What are you going to do? Like,
I want to wear it.
Yeah, but besides you, who that doesn't work for that company is putting that thing on?
Not you. I was going to offer you either the shirt or the quarter zip, but not now.
This is not 1990 when it was ironic to wear like a Domino's pizza shirt because Mike Patton made it famous.
What normally we would think about things to do this weekend specifically for Adam, but this is a question for a lot of us this weekend because of the Thursday night game. Luckily, we have an answer, not from the countdown, the kickoff to countdown to kickoff, but the calm down, you understand.
Kick off! Calm down! Oh, man, now what? Without a game to watch on Sunday, what you gonna do?
How about a big breakfast?
Followed by a whole bunch of nothing.
Just a big old plate of not doing much.
Yes, please, sir.
Yes, please, sir.
Yes, please, sir. And thank you, ma'am.
Just do nothing, you know?
It's quite a slot of 1 o'clock games.
Yeah, I was looking at those earlier.
Buffalo, Tampa Bay. That's a good game. And other than that,
it's not much.
There's not much. There's not much until Sunday night.
Well, and again, thank you.
Kansas City, Denver.
Yeah, I know. I got to stay up till God knows when watching the Lions and Eagles.
That Chiefs-Broncos game does not catch your eye?
That's what I said. Chiefs Broncos.
Yeah.
Chief Broncos at 4:25.
Yeah.
But I was saying the 1 o'clock slot. Not great.
Yeah.
So we don't have to worry about that.
Like, I'm not going to stay home and watch Tampa Bay Buffalo. I don't feel. I mean, I might. But I'm not saying I have something better to do. I'm just saying that it's not my inclination to do so.
We got a couple of emails, by the way, about Stephon Diggs and the children that he has on the way. This is a Facebook thing, but multiple people, including Don, who referred to us as Frederick and Hardrick. Please do not besmirch his name with rumors from the riffraff on Facebook. He has 3 children, one born in 2016, one born earlier this year in April, and his latest one is his 3rd. Good day, Don. So whether any of that...
Then I fell for a meme.
Yeah, well, it happens. There was also something that was brought to my attention, Fred. NakedCapitalism.com has a bunch of forums on all things financial and the shifting of industries. And one man's name was brought up in one of these very serious financial forums. And that man's name is Eddie Trunk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Eddie Trunk's name brought up on Naked Capitalism. The original post was about that new AI-generated song topping the country music charts. Let me know when Breaking Rust, the AI artist, goes on tour. First comment, Chris from Georgia. I was listening to Eddie Trunk's show. He's a talk radio guy who covers 80s metal acts, along with some other nostalgia groups we all probably grew up with. Apparently, the trend for some still touring acts, many of whom are in their 70s, is to not only lip sync, but basically have a CD play all the music while they just pantomime along.
I get where you're going with this.
That's it.
Okay.
So what do you think?
That's AI. That comment's AI. Oh, I thought you were going to say he responded to it, and they doubled them. They doubled them up and got him responding to AI.
Correctamundo.
Yeah, you think so?
Oh yeah, that's
Sure.
AI. No, 100%.
No.
Yeah, read it to yourself again. I mean, that's AI. That's not how people write and talk. That's just what is Eddie Trunk's show? Like, how would I respond to this quote by Eddie Trunk? And then that's what AI would put out. Yeah, that's definitely AI. No question about it.
Well, I'm more
it's AI, baby.
I'm more interested.
By the way, Sarge for before the game said Mike Riley.
Front and center. He does a really nice job, too.
He didn't screw it up.
Peace.
But, they said Al Michaels threw it to Mike Riley. Sarge AI, what did you think about that?
Would you like to take a brief 30-minute survey about your Sarge GPT experience?
There's still some holes in that whole program. It's not...
Yes.
It's not cooking well. It's not answering the questions necessarily. Now you're just turning off for the weekend.
Well, you've insulted him.
Can you insult AI? All right. That'll do it for us. All right. Thank you, Eddie. I'll listen to you this afternoon, buddy. 3 to 5.
I got to run. Thank you, man. I got to let you go.
Well, I'm leaving. Eddie, you always cut me to the quick. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.